Very good morning, Dimelang. Sanbonani molweni bakhaithu. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast show on this Wednesday morning. And you know what it means when it's a Wednesday morning? It means it's time to get into your pots with the culinary hotline bling, ting, 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 which we'll dive into a little bit later on. We'll be joined by food blogger Sadia Hendricks in the kitchen to share some of her favorite curry recipes. Oh, you got me at curry. We're talking dal and prawn curry and even lamb and sugar bean curry. So do get your pots ready, get those notes ready, because you might be catching some tips that'll help you make the most delicious curries. And of course, we'll be catching up on all things World Cup. Right now, the world's attention is focused on Qatar. Some shock results from yesterday will get you updated a bit later on when we say also good morning Qatar to our friends on the broader SABC platform. But it's going to be an absolutely wonderful Wednesday. Make sure that you stay tuned for the next 3 hours where we bring you that feel good. In the meantime, let's say good morning to Zoe Brown.
Good morning, Kat. Yes, it's going to be a great Wednesday, and I love that we are talking all things food and curry today. And that's exactly what we're doing on social media. We're asking you this morning, what is your favorite curry? What's your favorite curry dish? Maybe send us a pic and WhatsApp us on 063 408 8863. We would love to know some of your favorites. I mean, if I have to say what mine is, I would definitely say it's a Mama Brown curry. My mom makes the best curry, and it's one of those curries where the next day it tastes even better, and the day after that it's even better. So I always order my curry in bulk because it just gets better as time goes along. But let us know on WhatsApp, send us those comments, those photos, as well as leave us your comments on Facebook, and we will be getting those, we'll be unpacking those throughout the show. But let's get the morning underway. Kat standing by with your morning headlines.
Absolutely. The time is now 2 minutes past 6 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. Let's take a quick look at the news headlines. On the national news front, President Cyril Ramaphosa says the Commonwealth should play an active role in reforming international institutions in order to support developing economies. Now, he was addressing lawmakers from both houses of the British Parliament. Ramaphosa is on a 2-day state visit to Britain, hosted by King Charles, and Ramaphosa, of course, said that the UK could make a significant contribution. And he added, quote, "We look to the UK to raise its voice in favour of more representatives and more inclusive international bodies, including the UN Security Council and global financial institutions." Now, earlier, the president arrived at Buckingham Palace in London with King Charles and his wife Camilla. Now, the king hosted a white tie banquet for Ramaphosa's last evening. A key moment in the ritual of a state visit, with staff entails ferrying food to tables that took some 5 days to prepare. Now, for the visit of the South African president, the menu was grilled brill as a starter, ballotine of pheasant as a main course, and vanilla parfait with caramelized apples for dessert. And this was washed down with some beautiful French and English wines. On the international news front this morning, divers were unable to launch a rescue operation after a passenger plane crashed in Tanzania's Lake Victoria as they lacked oxygen in their cylinders, an official report has found. Now, at least 19 people died after the plane plunged into the lake on the 6th of November. The report paints a damning picture of the emergency services' preparedness to deal with disasters. Now, the report states that more lives may have been saved if rescue efforts started sooner. Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu Hassan has meanwhile pledged to strengthen the country's disaster response services. In other news, the U.S. Supreme Court has ordered former President Donald Trump's tax forms to be released to a Democratic-controlled congressional committee. The decision is a major blow to Trump, who has tried for years to shield his tax returns from becoming public. Now, Trump became the first American president in 40 years not to release his taxes after announcing his first presidential run. The U.S. House of Representatives Ways and Means Committee has been seeking access to Trump's taxes since 2019. And finally, a variety of vegetables can be found in this garden, which includes spinach, beetroot, onion, tomatoes, carrots, and other basic vegetables. But it used to be an eyesore, an illegal dumping site in Sylvia Street, Acacia in Pretoria. The Vegetable Garden Project was part of the life-changing homeless shelter's Nelson Mandela Day initiative in July. Now, staff members and beneficiaries and management, as well as board members, cleaned up some 2 hectares of land, collecting 155 bags of refuse. And now the organization Stebogo Mpufane says anyone from the community in need is welcome to collect vegetables, as the project was meant for the community. Currently, there are 97 beds of crops being attended to by the organization's beneficiaries. The life-changing project's homeless shelter houses 200 men in Pretoria North, and it works closely with social workers and various stakeholders to ensure that beneficiaries can be reintegrated into society with equipped skills to enter the labor market. Well, that's it for the news at 6 o'clock. We'll take another look at headlines at 7. Right now, here's a look at what happens in the world of sport. And of course, the focus of the world is on Qatar as the FIFA World Cup is underway. And Saudi Arabia pulled off one of the biggest shocks in the World Cup, in fact, in the history of the World Cup, as they came from behind to stun two-time winners Argentina in a fantastic Group C opener. Now, Lionel Messi opened the scoring from the spot, but the 51st ranked side in the world fought back through goals from Saleh Al-Sheri and Salem Al-Dosari to claim a 2-1 win. Defending champions France eased past Australia 4-1 thanks to a brace from Olivier Giroud, who drew level with Thierry Henry as his country's leading goal scorer. Tunisia and Denmark, as well as Poland and Mexico, played 2 0-0 draws, with Robert Lewandowski missing a penalty for the Poles, which was equally shocking. In other football news, Cristiano Ronaldo is to leave Manchester United with immediate effect. The decision follows a controversial interview in which the 37-year-old criticized the club and said he had no respect for manager Erik ten Hag. Now, both parties stated that Ronaldo's exit was mutually agreed. The Portugal captain scored 145 goals in 346 games across his 2 spells at the club and won 8 major trophies at Old Trafford. Now, reflecting on rugby news, Springbok coach Jacques Nienaber made 8 changes and 2 positional switches to his matchday squad to face England at Twickenham on Saturday. Jesse Kriel, Makazole Mapimpi, Evan Roos and, of course, Evan Etzebeth are back in the mix, while Damien Delende moves from outside centre to inside centre. Curtly Arendse will start at right wing after playing on the left in Genoa. Now, there were also 4 changes on the replacements bench, which will again feature the more traditional split of 5 forwards and 3 backs, with Thomas du Toit, Marco van Staden, Jaden Hendrickse and Cannon Moody, of course, being drafted in. And now, netball news, the Proteas got off to a winning start with a decisive 61-42 victory over Scotland in the opening match of the Diamond Challenge. The first quarter was fairly even, with South Africa winning that quarter 14-10. At one stage, the Thistles closed the gap to 1 goal, and their defenders succeeded with a number of interceptions in the circle. Now, the Proteas won the second quarter 13-8 for a 27-18 lead at halftime, and it was in the third quarter that they really dominated, scoring 21 goals to 8 for the Thistles. Scotland won the fourth quarter 16-3. Well, that's it in terms of news from the sporting world. We'll take another look at headlines at 7 o'clock. Right now, let's take a look at what the weather looks like as we prepare you for this Wednesday morning.
Thank you, Kat. Well, let's start off with some devastating news from Indonesia. Is that rescuers say that many of those killed and injured in the major earthquake on the island of Java were children. This as the death toll has soared to 268. More than 1,000 people were injured. In its latest announcement yesterday, the National Disaster Mitigation Agency added that 151 people were still missing. It also said that some 22,000 houses had been damaged and that more than 58,000 people had taken shelter in several locations in the region. The 5.6 magnitude quake occurred in a mountainous region on Monday, causing landslides that buried entire villages near the West Java town of Cianjur. Many victims were crushed or trapped after walls and roofs caved in. The representative of the National Search and Rescue Agency confirmed that many of those who lost their lives were young people. Our thoughts and prayers are certainly with all of those in Indonesia. Now, turning our attention back home, we take a look at those sunrise views that you share every morning via our WhatsApp line. First up, Samantha from Greenstone Hill sent this sunrise from her garden while enjoying the bright and bold shades glowing up the sky. Nancy Governor from Umkumar snapped this photo of the blasting hues of pinks and oranges lighting up the houses. And Verity Barnes shared this early morning photo while enjoying a run before getting ready for work in Riebeek West. And Vainant from Springs captured this fiery sky while enjoying the day off with his partner. Thank you for that. Last but not least, we have Claudel Sutton in Umhlanga sharing this beautiful holiday-looking photo, giving us all a little bit of envy. Well, if you would love to share your sunrise view with us, please do so on our WhatsApp line. It's 063-408-8863. Let's get into your temperatures. Polokwane, your low is 16, your high 28. Mbombela, rainy conditions 17 with a high of 27. Pretoria, 14, 26. Johannesburg, 14, reaching a high of 26. Mahikeng, 19, 31. Klerksdorp, 16, 31. Kimberley, 17, reaching a high of 31. If you're in Bloemfontein, 13 is your low. 29 degrees Celsius, that's your high for today. Richards Bay, 22 with a high of 26. Pietermaritzburg, sunny, 18 is your low, 30 your high. Durban, 23 with a high of 30. Mthatha, 17, reaching a high of 31. East London, 19 with a high of 31. Cradock, 13, 34. Gqeberha, your low is 16, your high 28. George, 14, reaching a high of 21. In the mother city, Cape Town, some rain can be expected, a low of 14, a high of 20. Worcester, 8, reaching a high of 30. Sutherland, 6, 26. And Uppington, sunny conditions with a low of 17 and a high of 30 degrees Celsius. Well, that's your weather for now. That was the first look. We'll have another update shortly after 7.
Thanks very much, Zoe Brown. It's going to be a wonderful Wednesday morning, no matter what the weather looks like in your part of the country. Now, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we talk about how to deal with disappointing results, especially now that you've put in all of the hard work, you've studied, you've written the exams, and maybe they don't turn out the way that you expected. So we have life coach Kirsty Melmed, who's here to give us advice on how to deal with those disappointing results. And then for breakfast, some delicious beautiful oat cups that we're making with some beautiful fruits on them as well. So stay tuned for that and a lot more on your Feel Good Breakfast show on this Wednesday.
We got you covered. 24-hour longwear, new skincare and ingredients, better skin by the day, diverse shades, transfer resistant and waterproof, for all skin, for every life. New Color Stay Longwear Makeup.
Defeat your mucus monster, Mucofizz. Loosen mucus and phlegm for clearer airways. Brought to you by Pharmacodynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Be more plus with BioPlus.
A very warm welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Wednesday morning. Now, of course, after months and months of school and classes and projects and preparations for exams, the examination period is finally coming to an end. Although, of course, you might have given it your all, the results that you receive may not be what you were hoping for. That is a reality that many of us must face. But here to give us advice on how to deal with disappointing results is life coach Kirsty Melmed. Great to have you with us again. How are you this morning?
I'm really well, thank you.
And we were actually saying earlier on that this is not just applicable to examinations and learners at school. These are life lessons that could benefit all of us on a daily basis, right?
100%.
So when we then begin to think about, let's talk about, focus on examinations, that feeling of anxiety, that feeling of nervousness after writing the exam. Because you've taken every piece of the knowledge that you acquired over the year and you put it on the paper, but was it enough? How do you deal with that big question while you're waiting?
Honestly, I would get out of your head and get back into your body. So go and do something that's fun and physical that's going to allow you to just literally shake off all that tension that's been building up for weeks. So go jump on a trampoline, go run in the ocean, do a hike, go to a dance class, something fun for you.
Yes, make a TikTok. And then once those results come about, as we said, they might be disappointing, perhaps devastating. How do we learn to deal with that disappointment, especially after, let's say you feel that you really gave it your all, you put in the hours, but it's not what you wanted?
Yeah, it's so disappointing. And I mean, I speak from first-hand experience, actually. My own matric results, consistently through high school, I got an A for physiology, and when that final came, somehow I got a C, and it was so disappointing. And even though, I didn't fail, I passed.
Yes,
and that is what I had to tell myself, kind of look at the bigger perspective.
Right.
But it was still, an opportunity for me to learn how to surrender to what is, rather than fighting it and trying to get it to be something else that it's just not. So, there's a time for fighting, and then there's a time for just letting go and accepting, it is what it is, even though it sucks.
I mean, that's a phrase you hear quite a lot these days on the streets, it is what it is. But how do you make it real to yourself? Because it's all good and well to say it is what it is, but you could be faking it till you're making it, saying
Absolutely.
It is what it is. So how do you make it real?
Well, also just allow yourself to feel however you feel about it.
Right, so go through those emotions.
Exactly.
You feel like you're down and out for the day.
Yes.
Perhaps you need to sleep, to rest, to cry.
Right, exactly. It is what it is, and you're allowed to feel terrible about that.
Yeah.
So let yourself go through the process.
In terms of a support structure, friends, family, parents around you, how would you advise those people to stand by their loved ones during a time of utter disappointment?
I think the best thing that you can do is acknowledge how somebody feels and really validate their feelings. So it can be as simple as saying, I see how upset you are.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that. Without rushing to try and fix it or change how they feel. Just let them accept, because I think a lot of time as parents, we want what's best for our kids. We want to fix it. We want to take it away. And we have ideas about how to do that. And actually, they're their own people with their own feelings, and they're allowed.
Yeah,
they're allowed to be sad, they're allowed to be angry, they're allowed to be frustrated and disappointed.
Yeah.
So hold space for them to be that way, and then maybe start asking some practical questions. How can I help you for next time? What do you need from me? Do you need help revising? Do you need a tutor? Is it anxiety that got the better of you? How can I support you with that?
Yeah, so ultimately it sounds like communication is key, and what I also gather from what you've just said is, while you're supporting your loved one, allowing them to be there, but sit there with them, creating the space to say, I'm here with you.
Yes.
If you need to talk, know that I am here, whatever you need.
Exactly.
And not necessarily rushing to try and find the quickest, easiest solution to relieve the problem.
Yes, simply holding space, so powerful.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about how failure can actually be a good thing.
Okay, so I would try not to look at it as failure.
Yeah.
And I know, again, this is all good and well in theory, but trying to see it as a learning opportunity and to say, okay, this thing happened, it's a setback, but perhaps this obstacle is a detour in a better direction. Perhaps there's a bigger plan here, and I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So try and get that perspective, but also to say, like, I'm going to learn something about myself now,
Right.
about how I get back up and I deal,
Good to
and
go.
that is going to serve me all through my life. So let me, rather than call this a failure, say this is a learning opportunity. What can I do differently next time?
Right, exactly. Because it's all about the long game.
Yeah.
As much as life is short, life is also quite long. And realizing that, you know, at this juncture, being, you know, a grade 12 learner, writing the most important examination of your life, maybe might reveal something about yourself that you might not have focused on, and it could allow you to then pivot into a position of strength.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all building you up at the end of the day.
Excellent. Kirsty, thank you so much. Always such a pleasure having you here, sharing your
Thank
tips and
you.
your advice. It's really, really calming and supportive of you. Now, of course, a big congratulations to the Matrix for making it through this challenging time. Oh, man, I'm celebrating with you. Now, one lucky viewer stands the chance to win a study hamper to the value of 2,000 Rand from BioPlus. Now, simply reply to the competition post on our Expresso social media pages and tell us, how do you motivate yourself to keep on going and to keep reaching for your goals no matter what? Remember to include the competition hashtag, which is hashtag BioPlusExam. The competition closes on Thursday, the 24th of November at noon, and T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
Be more plus with BioPlus.
Oh, well, listen, it's morning. It means it's time for breakfast in our tummies, and we've got the perfect recipe just for you.
Fruits of the forest from Clover just added real cereal crunch. A symphony of fruit, oats, seeds, and granola crunch. Fruits of the forest. Real fruit, real cereal, real taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, we have one job here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and that is to help make your good mornings become great mornings.
Ooh.
Yes, that's what
What a
we've
job.
got to do. And we're about to show you this delicious recipe. How do you make a good morning great? Well,
How do I make a good morning great? I wake up and I go, I'm alive.
oh, well, that's one way of being grateful.
Yeah.
But how about some delicious baked oat breakfast cups?
I can like that.
Oh, listen, we're about to show you that using our fruity Clover fruits of the forest, and we're going to show you how to make this delicious breakfast cup. So,
Good.
Kat, in front of you, you've got 2 bananas. I need you to please use that fork and mush it nicely.
Mash 'em
Get your arm cardio in for the day.
What is Phoenix calls this? The you know that bottom part of the banana, the
Yes.
pith. Like I don't like the bottom part.
I don't think anyone likes the bottom part. I'm with Phoenix on that.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'll leave that whole piece in the peel. I don't take that with.
Throw it out
Not
in
my
the garbage.
favorite. It's
Yeah.
not my favorite. It's got a bitter aftertaste if you've by accidentally swallowed it. You don't want it.
This is I think one of my top 3 favorite fruits, by the way. Banana any day.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now, banana, honey, oats, and cinnamon, my favorite combination, and that's what we are using in our mixture. So add some honey.
All of it?
Yes, all of it.
There
Add
you
it.
go. Cool.
Well, I'm trusting the recipe in front of me. You've got the exact measurements.
Oh, yes. Okay, good.
Use the honey, then you use the oats and all of the seeds. We've got some sunflower seeds, some pumpkin seeds, as well as some sesame seeds and a bit of cinnamon. All those great flavors coming together.
So no shortage of fiber.
No.
Your gut is going to thank you so much.
And your tummy.
And yeah, exactly, all of it.
All of it.
So I'm going to, excuse me, I had a bit of honey. So just mix it all up,
You
right?
give that a good mix, because once we've made our little cups, we're going to fill it with our Clover Fruits of the Forest. And Clover Fruits of the Forest dairy snack, it has a creamy taste with a crunchy fruit, and you can also use any flavor for the filling. So it has a source of 7 vitamins. You can try Fruits of the Forest with cereals for those morning commutes to school or to work, and it really is ready to enjoy anywhere. And to make your good mornings become great, this is a recipe to definitely get your hands on. How's that texture feeling for you?
It's making mornings great again.
Oh, look at that. I feel like we are being Trumps
Look at
here.
That's a trump card.
Mornings great again.
Do you have a trump in you?
In what way?
The accent. Can you do it? Is it a great morning? Yes, it is. You know, we're stirring the ball. You got that in you?
I don't. I'm terrible at accents.
Okay, so this looks good.
This is a good texture and consistency.
Yeah.
So what you'll do is let's scoop a little bit into our little
Okay, show me
muffin
one.
tin.
So a spoonful.
Spoonful, and then you just want to flatten it because we want to get that little cup shape.
Oh, so the vibe with the little baking paper is so that you can actually lift it up afterwards, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we can just fill it in there and then really just get that little cup shape going.
Yes.
And you'll obviously fill your entire muffin
try one?
tin. Try one. And then pop this into the oven until it's nice and golden brown. And then you actually end up with your little breakfast cup. This is what's going to be the foundation for our filling. So we are using our fruits of the forest. We are going the one with cereal. And this is our strawberry and cranberry flavor.
Oh, lovely.
And look at those pieces of fruit. We're going to fill that in. I've been chatting so much, I forgot to actually chop up the fruit that I need to add here. But that's okay. We've got time.
Yeah. There we go. I'll fill in the rest of these. Oh, man. This is...
See, it's quite cool.
Yeah.
It is therapeutic. I've got a kiwi here. I'm going to send that.
Do you like your cups to have like that perfect cut-off point at the top, or do you just kind of go
I'm just going to go with it. Hey?
Yeah, right? That gives them a bit more character.
Breakfast needs to be a little bit rustic, and then we're going to use some stone fruit, a lekker perske.
This is what our friends at Wenene would call I breakfast eyondlayo ekuseni.
Oh, look at that. A fresh cup.
That looks good, though.
We'll add more kiwi. It's just
That looks good.
in there.
That looks like one of those... your presentation skills are
Getting
really
there.
top tier.
I'm getting there.
No, seriously. I feel like I'm at a 5-star hotel, and this is like one of my buffet, my breakfast buffet.
But look at that. I mean,
Well done.
obviously, chop up the fruits how you like, play around with the fruits. We used kiwi and some stone fruit. You can use strawberries, blueberries, whatever you feel like. And if you want to get your hands on our
Gotta try.
oat cups, you can head on over to our website, Expresso.
Did you prep this one for you?
I did it for you. If you want
Really?
Yes,
Promise?
go for it. Give it a good bite. Oh, Jenna, this inside neus. Okay, we'll sort you out with the tissue, but head on over
I didn't
to
realize
our
the cup was
website.
so deep. Went all the way up my nose.
It's a very generous cup.
Made with love by Clover.
Yes, you can aim for those A+ results with expert exam tips on Expresso, plus the physical energy and mental vitality you get from BioPlus. And the time is now with a chance to win a study hamper to the value of 2,000 Rand. To enter, catch those valuable tips and tricks on Expresso, then answer the BioPlus competition question on Expresso's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages using the hashtag BioPlusExam.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are just in time because the festive season is about making merry memories and showing love to the people you appreciate the most. Now, after a while, in fact, after a whole year of inspiration and some support, it's also time to say thank you to our favorite teachers. Now, Woolworths, they have a range of exciting and innovative gifts for everyone that deserves it the most. And Chef Clem is here to help us unpack that. And these are gifts all for under 250 Rand. So if that is your budget, you know, every year, Secret Santa, you set a little budget. So say this is our 250 Rand Secret Santa budget. Show me what we can get.
And I'd be happy with absolutely all of these, but let's talk through them. So what you have under your hand right now is the falafel mix kit. And I made these. They are so good. And I like the fact that it's a kit, so there's involvement. You have to kind of put effort into it, and it makes it feel as if you've done everything, but the kit's there. And the kit has all the instructions in there, and I just love the way everything's packaged.
And you just basically add your wet ingredients.
That's right.
In fact, it tells you exactly what you need. Simply add burger buns and toppings if you're going to make easy falafel burgers.
Done. I also feel like teachers want a bit of a break from like marking, especially after all the exams, want a bit of a break from marking, get ready for the end of the year. Cooking's a great way to kind of just like zen.
And de-stress.
De-stress. So did you know teachers like braai too?
I did not know that.
Who knew? So the lekker braai kit is absolutely amazing. The flavors are essentially local and lekker. It is full on South Africa, and it's also made a little far north beyond the Boerewors curtain in the Western Cape.
Okay.
So you know it's legit. And also what I love about it is they're helping support the community, which is just like, it's food like with a reason. It's good food. It's really feel-good food.
Food with a difference.
Talking about community, the self-sourcing chocolate pudding with the lint in there, it is so...
Can I say I'll buy this just for the ceramic?
Just for the ceramics. And that's made by Macassar Pottery. I feel like I'm gonna get roasted for saying Macassar. Macassar.
Macassar.
Pottery. There we go. And again, it's also about supporting the community. A lot of people are nodding in the back like you were going to get roasted. So say it. Okay.
Macassar.
So it also supports the community, and I love it. And again, like you said, the bowl is... I mean, also to hold and feel it, it is just amazing.
I mean, I have girls' dinner every Wednesday, and when we are, it's not my turn to host tonight, but I'm thinking the next time I have to host, I'm going to get one of these and be like, oh, girls made it from scratch, which I basically did. They just don't have to know everything came out of a kit.
And next time they come, you can use that for the bread course, all the bread coming out.
See, you can reuse the bowl. I'll buy the bowl.
Reuse the bowl. Then, self-sourcing chocolate sauce, the chocolate-flavored sauce. Also, the fact that it comes in this beautiful mug. And can I just say, I've bought extras at home just so I can have these as the fanciest mugs.
These are nice mugs.
And they hold like a proper amount of like tea or coffee, so it is absolutely amazing. I like the fact that we can give a gift, but it's not just about consuming it once.
And then it's done?
Right. There's always the memory, like the fact that you got these bowls and you got the cups. Total game changer. So the gingerbread kit.
Oh.
There we go. Do you know the Muffin Man?
I love the Muffin Man.
Hello?
I think that was my Shrek voice.
That was amazing. Okay, we're gonna try and get the voice back. But this is absolutely amazing. Everything's in there, your stencil's in there, and the fact that you got this cooling rack. We spoke about it. We've even seen people use the cooling rack as a stencil to cut out a big gingy. So
this does not go in the oven. This is a cooling rack.
It's a cooling rack.
Everything else you need is in here. So you need your biscuit mix, your icing sugars in there, the gingerbread man paper templates also in here.
Everything.
It's incredible. It says here simply add butter, golden syrup, and cold water, which most people have in the house.
They do. They do. Okay, on to the can. Okay, you know what? Scented candles, highly underrated. Highly underrated.
I'm here for it. When I was probably in high school and shortly after high school, no thank you, but then load shedding became a thing, and now I'm like, yes, please.
Now we've got our signature scents, and at the end of the day, just to kind of light a candle, it's kind of like let the day melt away. Scented candles are absolutely amazing. Love them. And then we've got the diffusers. Diffusers are also a gift that keeps on giving because it's not a very intense scent that it perfumes your home. It's just like a little, every now and then, like it's just a little whiff.
Just
What's
a
that?
whiff, like, and that's the beauty of any scent. Is like you want people to be like, what did I just smell? And they, you know, like try and figure it out.
It should be an accent. It shouldn't be like the whole screaming song. And that does a very good job. I'm trying to see if I can show you a little hack. So what I do with my, let's pretend this is a toilet roll, okay? Work with me. So what I do with my diffusers and the incense, the sticks, once the sticks get saturated, I actually take the sticks and I run them on the inside of a toilet roll and then put it in the bathroom. So that scent
It's inside the toilet roll.
keeps on perfuming your home.
And every time someone uses it, it just like refreshes.
And the longer it stands, it kind of smells amazing.
Clever.
Again, these are gifts that it's not just about consuming once. It's the memory that keeps on lasting. And I love that, especially for teachers. You're saying goodbye and you're starting a new year. So I feel like this is a great way to kind of help the memory just like linger a little longer for your teacher. These are amazing gifts, and I would be happy with any one of these.
Oh, well, listen, teachers get the best gifts. Now, something we don't have on the table.
How can you? The quilted slippers. Quilted slippers, can I also just say, I'm kind of here for the fashion trend of people kind of wearing shoes out in public that kind of look like slippers. These look fancy. And I love the fact it's got the memory foam in them.
Yes.
It is so comfortable. So comfortable.
So comfy. What size are these?
You're such a...
Too small for my feet.
But I mean,
Size
how
5.
cool, how fancy. Love a good pair of slippers.
Pocket them. What pockets? Okay, I can't, but I would.
Pick one.
Pick one. If I can pick one, I am here for Girls' Night. The self-sourcing chocolate pudding. Thank you, Chef Clem. Christmas came early. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
There we go. Now, we are giving you the chance to win a 1,000 Rand Woolies gift card. Now, simply reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages and tell us, what Woolies gift are you gifting your teacher this year? Don't forget to include that hashtag Woolies Christmas, and the competition closes at midday on Thursday. That's tomorrow, the 24th of November. There are some T's and C's that can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. I think many teachers would love this too.
Do the Shrek voice.
I'm a real boy.
Must be nice. Must be nice. We're crushing it in this life. Listen, here's the wonderful news, though. Crush is taking Mzansi on a journey of goodness to unlock your 100%. And they've been asking you to enter and by sharing your story. So let's take a look at some of the entries so far. Take a look at this.
My dream is to improve society through the use of art, entertainment, and expression.
My dream is to open a vegan store in my area.
My dream is to become a fitness YouTuber.
It has always been my dream to become an actress or a TV presenter.
My dream is to become an established musician with the sole purpose of telling stories of where I come from to the world.
My dream is to be signed to a record label.
Buy a crush and share a video of why it should be you to our WhatsApp line, and whatever you dream, we'll help unlock it.
Some great passions to be unlocked there. Thank you so much for sharing those with us. If I had to think of one right now, I've been doing a lot of practicing playing guitar. But I want to get into electric guitar, you know, and we have one of those moments where the electric guitar strapped around my shoulder and it's nice and close, and you get into one of those solos, you know. And like, you know, when you sing and play the guitar, it's like, that song. That's the only time that I'm allowed to pull a face like that, all right? Anyway, whether you have a dream of becoming a foodie, an influencer, or a singer, or an entrepreneur, whatever it is, Crush is about to unlock your 100%, and they're doing this with an exciting new TV show where you could realize your potential and unlock your dreams. Now, Crush wants to hear your stories, and this is how you can enter. Firstly, by any crush, and then follow the details on the pack, which is to say, share a video of why you want to unlock your 100%. You share that to the Crush WhatsApp line, which is 082-857-8054, or you can upload it to social media as well, but remember to tag @CloverCrush and the official hashtag is #Crush. Plus, you then stand a chance of also winning your share of 500,000 rands worth of prizes. So enter now, and Crush could be making your dreams come true on the new TV show. It's time to unlock your 100%.
Crush is about to unlock your 100%. On this exciting new TV show, you can realize your potential and live your dreams.
I dream of cooking in a 5-star restaurant.
I dream of singing to the world.
Buy any Crush and share a video of why it should be you to our WhatsApp line or upload it on our socials, tagging Clover Crush and #Crush. Plus, you stand a chance to win your share of 500,000 rands worth of prizes. Crush, 100% goodness.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You can tell by that sound, it's time for you know what. So welcome back to another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ding! So I'm on my own presenting today. I'm not alone in the kitchen and also not alone in studio because it's also you. We want to hear from you. So if you have any questions this morning about curry, everything curry, the best curry, who makes the best curry in your home, what's your trick to making a good curry? We want to know. Send us your voice notes on 063-408-8863. I have to remember that number myself, but I've saved it now, speed dial on my phone. We want to hear from you. Again, like I said, I'm not alone in the kitchen. I've got a friend with me in the kitchen who knows everything curry. I'm putting it out there now. It's
oh my gosh.
Sadia Hendricks is in the kitchen. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
I also think it's very daring of them to let the two of you and I loose in the kitchen.
I know. Let's try and focus.
Let's just focus and get this curry going. So I like what I'm seeing in front of me. It's very colorful. I'm smelling things that just smell delicious. What are we making?
We are making, so we call it dal. Do you know it as dal?
I do know.
Lentil curry?
I know this dal, like straight up.
Oh, okay.
Also, can I just say, if someone says I'm having dal curry, and if someone says I'm having lentil curry, my mind always goes, the dal curry is going to taste better. Same thing, different name, but it's going to taste better.
Same. I feel like if I'm making it and I say I'm making lentil curry, it might come out 2 notches down.
Family can look at you like, who are you?
Who?
Why? Okay, where do we start?
We start with, we already have our oil in our pot, and then we're going to start braising some onions. So I'm going to throw that in here. Let me use my spatula.
So I found this amazing hack about onions, especially if it comes like...
Tell me, I'm all for hacks.
Chop your onions way ahead of time and then freeze them in a bag. So whenever you need them... So if you have guests that come over, and there's not maybe your favorite guest, Shade, ask them to help you chop onions. Let them do all the prep, and you just like store away like kilograms of chopped onions.
I'm going to tell you something else. So this you might see in lots of your Indian or Muslim friends' homes. Okay, I'm throwing in some curry leaves and a slit green chili. Green chili is a vibe, right? Oh,
and people say there's no difference between green and red. There's a difference.
No, there's a difference. The flavor is amazing. I'm biasly all for
the green chili.
So the other hack is they have ready fried onions.
Crispy ones?
Yes. And that just makes this whole process quicker. So they literally buy it in bulk.
Indian
croutons.
Indian croutons are officially just crispy onions. But I do like that. I do like that
That's an
idea.
amazing hack.
Texture, flavor, it's all in there.
Saving you loads of time.
Loads of time. So everything's looking really amazing.
Am I pumping this up?
You know what?
Am I?
We spoke so much we forgot to put the stove on. That's normal. That's normal. Okay, then we got some extra heat. So onions are in there, curry leaves and green chili. You and I spoke about curry leaves a little earlier.
Yes.
Amazing. And the fact that you cannot get it everywhere in South Africa.
I know.
It was only Durban.
I know you have to smuggle in your curry leaves, but now it's readily available.
It's legal. It's legal. I also like that you can freeze your curry leaves.
Smell. Wait, I'm gonna
Okay.
Let's waft it in. Hey.
That alone already tells me that's going to be a really amazing curry.
It's a vibe.
So your lentils, do you soak them? Your dal?
Soak them, or you can boil them in a separate pot. For this amount, I mean, we're making curry. You can't make in a small batch, though.
I don't think I've ever seen a recipe for curry.
This is us being reserved here. It's usually like a huge pot.
I mean, if you look on the screen, it says serves 8 to 10, and I like that because I've never seen a recipe that says makes curry for 4. That's not a curry.
No.
That's just a spicy smoochie.
Your neighbors are going to smell this and be like, why?
Exactly.
Why no invite? So, yes, we're getting this going. We're going to braise our onions. We don't want to burn it, so we're giving it a good braise. And then I think also with dal, it depends on your texture you prefer. Some like it smooth.
Yes.
Some like it with a bit of texture. So
where are you on that scale?
Between. I could go more smoother.
I still want to know that there's dal in there.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Can't be like baby food.
No.
No.
Lucky baby. We got a voice note. We got a voice note. Let's take a listen.
Good morning, Feel Good Expresso Show. Mrs. Nirmala Devi Mudliya from Kumars to Clem. I was always asked if I was a vegetarian, and I don't know what gave them that idea. But how do I give up on mutton curry with melting, soft-cooking potatoes, absorbing the gravy with an extra addition to its flavor? Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Did you hear what she asked?
No.
Okay, wait. Let me get something about mutton curry and garlic. How can she give it up when it tastes so good? The thing, how can you give up curry if it tastes so good? The very simple answer is don't give it up. Don't ever give it up.
Why
would you give up curry? So here's the thing. If you are maybe trying to have a little bit of a lighter diet every time you're having curry, there's so many amazing vegetarian curries out there now that I absolutely love. My favorite being paneer curry. But I also do like when lentils get introduced into a curry, it still gives you that meatiness and the substance.
Yes.
Without having all that heavy meat in there. I feel like you don't miss it.
Totally. And you can, I use olive oil in my curries. That's me being healthier.
Olive oil is a healthy
The
option.
healthier option than like loads of butter and
ghee.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
So I like the idea of using the healthier oil.
Yes.
And then
It
try the
convinces
lentils,
me.
try the dal. I think it'll be amazing. We do have another voice, so hopefully I'm going to pick this one up.
Good morning, Expresso family. This is Natalie Daniels from Fit Moms. Yes, I love me some good curry. And one of the tips and tricks I just found out lately is adding not just coriander to your curry, but mint. Yes, I said it.
It's a vibe.
Mint in your curry. You do not have to worry.
With a little bit of a hip-hop. When she said not only coriander, but also I was saying, like, literally about to clap, please say mint. It just kind of opens up the dish and adds another flavor dimension.
Yes.
And it sounds simple, but it makes a difference.
So I'm going to tell you also where we bring in the mint. So you know along the side of your curry, what do they bring in as like a little side to it? So in the Indian community, they'd call it kachumar, and my husband's going to be laughing at me. Or it's onion slicey.
Onion slicey?
Yes, and that has mint in it.
That's got mint in it. Okay, so as expected, we spoke so much, but we're not done. We are coming back for part 2. Don't forget to send us your voice note at 063-408-8863. We're going to keep on cooking. When we come back, I'm going to show you how far we got, and then we're going to give you another curry recipe.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Feel Good Expresso Show. Mrs. Nirmala Devi Mudliya from Kumars. To Clem, I was always asked if I was a vegetarian, and I don't know what gave them that idea. But how do I give up on mutton curry?
With this segment specifically, so I feel like if we have it warmed up, it will... Favorite curry.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for joining us at the start of a brand new day. The time right now, almost the top of the hour, and time for us to reflect on the morning news headlines with Zoe Brown.
Thank you, Kat. Starting off with national news, unions representing public service workers have handed a memorandum of demand to the acting Public Service and Administration Minister, Thulas Nxesi, in Pretoria. The demands include a 10% wage increase, the permanent filling of all vacant posts, and the insourcing of all outsourced services. Unions have given government 7 days to respond to their demand, failing which workers will embark on an indefinite strike. Meanwhile, the secretary of the police union, Pop Crew, in KwaZulu-Natal, Ndebeleng Molefe, says if the government doesn't offer a 10% salary increase, police nationwide may also go on strike. Staying with our local news, President Cyril Ramaphosa says the Commonwealth should play an active role in reforming international institutions in order to support developing economies. He was addressing lawmakers from both houses of British Parliament. Ramaphosa is on a 2-day state visit to Britain hosted by King Charles. Ramaphosa said the UK could make a significant contribution. He added, and I quote, "We look to the UK to raise its voice in favour of more representatives and more inclusive international bodies, including the UN Secretary Council and global financial institutions." Moving to news abroad, Australia has called on Russia to extradite 3 men found guilty of downing a Malaysia Airlines plane over Ukraine with 298 people on board, killing all aboard, including 38 Australians. 2 Russians and a Ukrainian have been sentenced to life in absentia by a Dutch court, but are thought to be in Russia. Russia condemned the verdict as scandalous and politically motivated. More than 8 years after the plane was shot down by a Russian-made missile over eastern Ukraine, the court concluded that the missile had been fired deliberately to bring down the plane. And staying with news abroad, divers were unable to launch a rescue operation after a passenger plane crashed in Tanzania's Lake Victoria as they lacked oxygen in their cylinders, as official reports have found. At least 19 people died after the plane plunged into the lake on the 6th of November. The report paints a damning picture of the emergency services preparedness to deal with disasters. The report states that more lives may have been saved if rescue efforts started sooner. Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu Hassan has meanwhile pledged to strengthen the country's disaster response services. And South Africa will not only be watching next year's Eurovision Song Contest, but will also have a say in it. This, as countries not competing in the contest will also be allowed to cast votes for the very first time. Moreover, professional juries have been scrapped from the semi-finals, meaning that viewers alone will choose who qualifies for the grand finale. The move comes after it was discovered that 6 juries traded votes at this year's contest in Turin, Italy. Irregular voting patterns were detected from Azerbaijan, Georgia, Montenegro, Poland, Romania and San Marino, said the organizers of the contest, which was won by Ukraine's Kalush Orchestra. Liverpool in England will host the event next year. Allowing non-participating countries to vote will reflect the global impact of the event, said Martin, the contest's executive supervisor. He's added, and I quote, "Everyone watching the show, wherever they live in the world, can now cast their votes for their favorite song in 2023. And that's, of course, it includes our very own South Africa. Well, on that note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's take another look at your sport. Here's Kat.
Thanks, Zoe. And we begin with, of course, a firm focus on Qatar, where the Soccer World Cup is currently taking place. And Saudi Arabia did the things. They pulled off one of the biggest shocks in World Cup history as they came from behind to stun 2-time winners Argentina in a fantastic Group C opener. Now, Lionel Messi opened the scoring from the spot, but the 51st ranked side in the world fought back through goals from Saleh Al-Sheri and Salem Al-Dessari to claim a 2-1 win. Defending champions France eased past Australia 4-1. thanks to a brace from Olivier Giroud, who has drawn level with Thierry Henry as his country's leading goal scorer. Tunisia and Denmark, as well as Poland and Mexico, played to a 0-0 draw, with Robert Lewandowski shockingly missing a penalty for the Poles. Speaking of shocking news from the world of football, Cristiano Ronaldo is to leave Manchester United with immediate effect. Now, the decision follows a controversial interview in which the 37-year-old criticized the club and said he had, quote, no respect for manager Erik ten Hag. Now, both parties stated that Ronaldo's exit was mutually agreed. The Portugal captain scored 145 goals in 346 games across his 2 spells at the club and also won 8 major trophies at Old Trafford. Now, in rugby news, Springbok coach Jock Nienaber made 8 changes and 2 positional switches to his matchday squad to face England at Twickenham on Saturday. Jesse Creel, Makazole Mapimpi, Evan Roos and Eben Etzebeth are back in the mix, while Damien Delende moves from outside centre to inside centre. Kurtley Arendse will start at right wing after playing on the left in Genoa. There were also 4 changes on the replacements bench, which will again feature the more traditional split of 5 forwards and 3 backs, with Thomas de Toy, Marco van Staden, Jaden Hendrickse and Kenan Moody being drafted in. And finally, some netball news. The Proteas got off to a winning start with a decisive 61-42 victory over Scotland in the opening match of the Diamond Challenge. The first quarter was fairly even, with South Africa winning that quarter 14-10, and at one stage the Thistles closed that gap to 1 goal, and their defenders succeeded with a number of interceptions in the circle. The Proteas won the second quarter 13-8 for a 27-18 lead at halftime. And it was in the third quarter where they really showed their dominance, scoring 21 goals to 8 for the Thistles. Scotland did win the fourth quarter 16-13. Well, that's it for the latest from the world of sports. Right now, let's take a look at what's happening on the roads as we get you ready for the day.
Well, let's start off with traffic in Cape Town, the Western Cape. There's been an accident on the N7 northbound. It's before Wingfield interchange. There's lane closures as well as delays, and please avoid rubbernecking. Then if you're in Johannesburg, traffic in Bedford View, there's a stationary truck on the N3 southbound, and that's after the ramp leading to Van Buren. The left lane is closed. Please drive carefully. Well, that's your traffic this morning. Let's take another look at your weather. This morning, we have some news concerning huge solar farms in space. Space chiefs are to investigate whether electricity could be beamed wirelessly from orbit into millions of homes. The European Space Agency will this week likely approve a 3-year study to see if having huge solar farms in space could work and be cost-effective. The eventual aim is to have giant satellites in orbit, each able to generate the same amount of electricity as a power station. While several organizations and other space agencies have looked into the idea, the so-called Solaris initiative could be the first to lay the foundation for a practical plan to develop a space-based renewable energy generation system. The program is one of a number of proposals being considered by ministers at ESA's Triennial Council, which will decide the budget for the next phase of the space agency's plans to space exploration, and that's environmental, monitoring, and communications. Well, let's take a look for our final weather update this morning. We have Louise from Strand who shared this photo of the clouds. Just look at that beautiful one while she enjoys a cup of tea. Abongile from Village Rock snapped this nature-inspired view from his home while out for some fresh air. One of our regulars, Louise G. Cherry, captured this sunrise while hanging the washing, and this is taken in Alberton. And then last but not least, we have Fatah Khan. Look at that one from Richards Bay, showing off particularly beautiful views with the marina in sight. Well, there we go. If you have a beautiful sunrise view that you'd love to share with us, please do so on our WhatsApp line. That number is 063 408 8863. Let's get into your temperatures. I'll start off in Limpopo, Polokwane. Your low is 16, your high 28. Mbombela, 17 with a high of 27. In Gauteng, Pretoria, your low is 14, your high 26. Johannesburg, 14, 26. Mahikeng, 19, 31. Klerksdorp, 16, 31. Kimberley, 17 with a high of 31. Bloemfontein, 13 with a high of 29. In KwaZulu-Natal, Richards Bay, your low is 22, your high 26. Pietermaritzburg, sunny, a low of 18, a high of 30. Durban, 23, reaching a high of 30. If you're in Mthatha, 17 is your low and 31 your high. East London, 19, 31. Cradock, 13 with a high of 34. Kapega, your low is 16, your high 28. Moving to the Western Cape, George, 14 with a high of 21. Cape Town, 14, reaching a high of 20. If you're in Worcester, 8's your low, 30 your high. Sutherland, 6 with a high of 26. And Uppington, a low of 17 and a high of 30 degrees Celsius. Well, that's your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
All right, so earlier on, we were talking about the hype, which is all about curries this morning in the kitchen. And so we asked everyone at home to send us a picture of their favorite curries, maybe tell us what they're all about. So let's take a look at what you've said on that WhatsApp line 063-408-8863. This is from Bronwyn. What are we looking at here? Chicken curry with some, is that some naan on the side there?
It's roti, but did you, like when I saw that picture, my hand already went like this. Like, because I know I'm going to break that roti and just,
That looks really good. Jeanette also sent us a picture. Jeanette Munchani with a chicken curry and a little steamed rice effect there with some lovely spots of vegetables around. That looks good. That sauce looks like sweet sticky kind of thing.
Sorry, just like...
Yeah?
Yes.
You're feeling that vibe?
That looks so good.
I think that's the sound effect we're looking for.
Kim.
Kim. Is this your Kim?
Kim.
Who Kim? Is Kim Kim?
Kim, can you invite us to your house for whatever's happening here?
Wow.
The spread, and I heard this is a butter chicken.
Check it out, cooking with Kim Bagley. This is a thing. The presentation, the plating, the rice, the salad, the naan, oh wow. Also from Kim. Oh, come on. Prawn curry with some mussels, with a basmati. Bit of greenery. Hello.
We need to get Kim into this kitchen ASAP.
How's this situation
The
here?
ratio of garlic naan to curry is on point.
Kim, what are you doing to us? Hello. Okay. Kim again. Kim again with the, what is the pilchard?
That looks like a poltergeist. And she did it properly with the eggs. Kim, King Bagley.
Wow.
Who are you?
Wow.
Where are you from?
We love this. We love this. Okay. We got another one from Renuka Naidu. This is a beans curry.
Love a
beautiful
curry.
Beetroot over there, little sambal on the side there. Man, inspiration aplenty.
Wow. I'm so proud of our viewers out there.
Do you have a favorite among all of those? Which, yeah?
That seafood curry that Kim put up there.
With the prawns and the mussels.
Also have to
Yeah. I had to catch myself.
That looked amazing. Kim, well done.
Thank you so much for those beautiful pictures. Keep sending them through to us on 063-408-8863 as we continue to inspire you in the kitchen this morning.
Stand a chance of winning 10,000 Rand with Play.Coza when you watch Tropica Island of Treasure. Simply SMS PLAY to 41191 or scan this QR code and follow the steps to enter. You could be winning your own treasure of 10,000 Rand. T's and C's apply and can be found on Play.Coza. Let's play with Play.Coza.
Sensodyne, repair, and protect with deep repair. The science is pretty amazing. It really goes deep and repairs tooth sensitivity. The science is there. It's going to improve their quality of life in a big way. This is the first thing I recommend.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and Black Friday is days away, and Woolies has a lot on offer. Now, Clem, let's start by unpacking some of these deals that's at the food market, and we're about to have a delicious meal prepared with your gammon mac and cheese. Now, of course, these are all the great things, but also great moments for gifting, to stock up, you know.
That's right.
The year end is coming along. Parents are always looking for gifts for teachers to say thank you for the beautiful year they've had with the kids. So let's unpack everything we see here, because there's a lot.
There's a lot. Back on your side, the gifting ideas. I absolutely love the besties. The besties are taking over. The besties are great, and because everything's like super small, super tiny.
It's miniature.
Do you want to open that box
I'm
up?
going to open this box so I can show you
I've got a scissors for
exactly.
you as well.
Oh, I just opened it.
There we go. So they're amazing, perfectly sized. I like how they just look festive.
Mini Fantasticals.
Yeah.
Mini peanut brittles. I know all of them because I've indulged. These mini marshies. Delicious.
And then the biscuit tins. Every year, Woolies comes out with the best biscuit tins. People wait for them.
This is my new favorite.
The shortbread chuckle.
The shortbread chuckle.
Nard Star has completely come through with this year's design on the biscuit tin. Absolutely love them. The box chocolates. I mean, who doesn't love a box of chocolates? It's absolutely delicious. The shortbreads are in there. The little Chuckles eggs are also in there. Absolutely amazing. But now we're going to go over to the food. So it's for Friday only. It's one day only. I asked Woolies, can I give people the situation, let them know before Friday so they can prepare, and they were like, go ahead. So we've got the, okay, you know you're grown up when you get excited when the
toilet paper is on special. What's the toilet paper going for?
How much you ask me prices, Lara?
Okay, we won't talk prices now, but that's on special.
We will find out what the price is. It's on special.
18.
Then the bulk cheese, the long life milk, the tin roof ice cream. There's a buy two get the deal promo. I think it's 140 for buy two get it for 140. I wish I had live commentary like in the rugby. Is that a correct number?
We'll get back to you. TMO will be coming back to us.
But I'm also very excited about the gammon because Friday only is 35% off on the gammon, which means Friday is the day to shop and get your gammons.
My mom actually phoned me yesterday. She's planning her Christmas menu because I think she's got her eye on that special.
The gammon. Right, did you hear that?
I did hear that.
The people upstairs have come back. TMO has said buy two tin roof ice creams for one.
I feel like we're like agents, like Men in Black, with our earpieces, hearing, confirming.
Confirming. Okay, so I got the butter, I got the cheese, I got the grated cheese, and I got the milk from the deal, and we're gonna make a mac and cheese using the leftover gammon that we would normally have from the roast. So butter's gonna go in.
Can I tell you, there's just something about leftover gammon that just tastes better.
It does taste better, and I think it's that cure and that salt that's on there. So did you also notice, not to sound silly, but people don't really know this, at the bottom of the block of the butter is the grammage already on it. So if you need to weigh out butter for a recipe, don't bring out the scale. It literally says it right there. I know it sounds silly, but people don't know. Yeah, absolutely.
So how much do we need for this recipe?
This one I'm doing with my heart, with my feelings, okay?
So you've gone for just under 150 grams.
125.
125.
Okay, so butter goes in, and you want the butter to melt. To help the butter melt a lot faster, you're gonna just cut it into cubes, and we're gonna make a roux. So the roux is quite simply equal parts fat to flour, and our fat for the day is gonna be butter. Then you want that to melt before you put your butter in. I'm gonna fast forward because we don't have a lot of time because we've been talking. So I'm gonna make the roux, but while I'm doing that, I'm gonna ask you, can you actually start crumbing this macaroni cheese ball?
Okay,
and I'll tell you how we got there.
So how did we get this ball?
So we made a roux, right? Which is our fat and our flour. Then we added milk to make a white sauce. Then I added the cheese to make a cheese sauce. Added the pasta and added our leftover gammon. And essentially what I made...
there's pasta in here?
There's pasta and the macaroni's inside there. Essentially what I made then was a mac and cheese, a gammon mac and cheese. But I want to give you 2 levels of leftover mastery today. So... Oh, sorry, let me just tell you.
Do it go into the egg or the flour first?
Flour first, because you want to give the egg something dry to stick to. So flour, eggs, and then your panko, which you're going to cut open for us. So when you make a mac and cheese, what I love about it is if there are any leftovers the next day, mac and cheese kind of sets up quite a bit. So what you do with your leftover mac and cheese, you're going to roll it into a ball like that. That's got the gammon inside there. Then you're going to crumb it like Zoe's doing right now, and you're going to deep fry it. So you've got You use the gammon for one leftover, which is the mac and cheese, and then you use it for a second leftover, which is the deep fried mac and cheese.
So the leftover of the leftover.
The leftover, and I feel like that's what the festive season is about. Because you're never gonna just cook, again, we spoke about this earlier, just for 4. You wanna make sure you cook, I'm not saying bulk batch, but cook a little extra so there's leftovers for tomorrow, and things you can do with it. So, I mean, that's what the festive season is about. So, that looks good. I've got one into the oil.
So you want it obviously frozen in order to get this, but when you deep fry it, will everything be okay?
Absolutely. Just chilled in the fridge for about 15 minutes before you deep fry it, which also gives the coating some time to really set up. And then it holds up together perfectly. You can see ours is looking beautiful in the oil. I mean, can I just...
I have never in my life had deep-fried gammon macaroni balls.
And if you want it to be extra, you could add extra cheese before you do in the center.
Early.
And I mean, look how beautiful that is. And it cooks up so quickly. It is an absolute treat. And the thing, honestly, if you serve that as a starter, people are going to be so happy.
This needs to be mains and dessert all in once. Can I cut that open? I just want to see what this looks like. So I'm going to move over here.
Have you got a knife there?
We've got a knife here. So Chef Clem, you showed us how to make our gammon mac and cheese, and then you showed us how to make deep-fried gammon mac and cheese. Oh, it's fresh, it's good, and you've got that cheesy, oozy goodness.
Yes.
Oh. I'm actually salivating here. Well, listen, if you want to get your hands on this, the recipe is available at expressoshow.com.
Now, of course, yesterday's action at the FIFA World Cup saw defending champions France get their bid to winning back-to-back titles underway with a game against Australia, as well as pre-tournament favourites Argentina starting their campaign against Saudi Arabia. We all know how that went. But before we get into the meat and bones of all of that, I've got my friend Lorenzo Darius here to talk all things World Cup, my brother. Great to see you. And we also say a very good morning, Qatar, to all of our SABC family who now join us for this little chat about what's happening in Qatar. Listen, now Bafana is not there at the World Cup, and not a single player from the PSL represented at the tournament in Qatar, but there was at least officiating, flying our flag very high. Veteran referee Victor Gomez and his assistant Zakele Siwela took charge of the big game of the day, one could say, between France and Australia. And what a moment of pride that was. I don't know if you, I mean, of course you saw the game.
No.
And I was at the fan park at Fives and Canal Walk, and as soon as they announced that there was a South African referee, the crowd cheered. Just yes.
But we need
That's
to give
our boy.
Yeah, but we need to give it for Keanu Buckus as well, or Buckus, the South African-born Australian player.
Hey.
His brother played here in the PSL as well. So
there we go.
Amazing.
Some links and ties, if you will. Now, the match, of course, also marked a debut at the World Cup for Gomez, who has established himself as a top official on the African continent, having officiated last year's African Cup of Nations final between Senegal and Egypt, as well as the CAF Champions League final between Wydad Casablanca and Al Ahly in May of this year. Now, Siwela has also got some World Cup experience, having been assistant to Gianni Sikazwe in Russia 4 years ago. So South Africa was certainly very well represented, albeit on the officiating side. But if we're going to be looking at what happened yesterday, wow. Where do we even begin to cover this story, where Argentina took on Saudi Arabia in their opening game of the World Cup? And Lionel Messi, of course, in his charges, suffering one of the biggest upsets, if not the biggest upset in the history of World Cup football. Going down 2-1, especially after taking the lead. We spoke about the prospect of Argentina being title contenders with a 36-match unbeaten streak leading up to this moment. What on earth happened yesterday?
Sure, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what happened to that team yesterday. But the Saudis came in and they were like, okay, we are... You know, we've got this global showpiece in the Arab nation at the moment. We need to show the world that we can do it. And unfortunately, Qatar didn't show up. So they were like, let us show you guys what to do and how to do it.
Hold my water, as you said.
Hold my water.
Listen, if you'd missed that game, Salem Al-Dosari netted what proved to be the winner with the final whistle sparking wild, I'm talking wild celebrations in the stadiums and in the streets. Take a look at this. Basically, look at that contingent of supporters. It's like such a small group in comparison to the Rosalvi Celeste supporters all around, right?
It is crazy. enjoyment.
You literally could not have written that script any better than that. Like you're saying now, for the fans in Saudi Arabia, it's like they've won the World Cup, and rightfully so. That feeling of jubilation is very well warranted. Saudi Arabia have actually declared a national holiday. The president declared a national holiday today in celebration of that win. I say, more fire to you. Keep on doing it. Now, of course, in attendance was former Argentinian man and Man City striker Sergio Aguero. However, the 34-year-old's route to Qatar was less than ideal when his first-class section on this flight was packed with Brazilian fans who were providing, let's call it a match day type of atmosphere. Take a look. You know that they were enjoying that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Sergio Aguero was there. And of course, to our friends on the SABC portals with Good Morning Qatar, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow as we here continue our conversation regarding the World Cup. What's excited you the most about what we've been seeing over the past couple of days?
Yeah, I must say that the people in Qatar have come out. I know that they sold a couple of million tickets and people were worried that there wasn't going to be enough people there. And just looking at the pictures and the joy on people's faces enjoying this, and that little opening ceremony that they have before each and every game. There's something different about this World Cup that we haven't seen before. And I'm enjoying that a lot. And then obviously the fact that the underdog, Saudi Arabia, has now done something against Argentina.
Listen, we've also got to give big, mad props and congratulations to Olivier Giroud, who through his brace in that 4-1 victory over Australia has now equaled Thierry Henry as France's leading all-time goal scorer. 51 goals, and of course, what a moment for him. A lot of fans out there saying that he was so underrated as a player. Still is, really, in terms of, you know, the glory that he gets from fans all around. But you look at that goal, a quality header, great movement and positioning from a striker who knows where to find those spaces. Literally 2 defenders.
And you just work that space through to get that ball in. But the Giroud and his work rate. He's a different type of striker, though, compared to a lot of the other guys out there. He works hard for his goals.
As they say in the streets where he comes from, très magnifique. You know what was also très magnifique? The Japanese fans who were cleaning up the stadium after that initial game. It's a video that's gone viral. Can we show a little bit of that? Because I think it's part of the magic of the World Cup. Look at that. Qatari fans saying, look at these guys, they're cleaning up the stadium. Their team isn't even playing. But this is just a part of what makes, you know, the nation of Japan such a special nation indeed. And they are really bringing that magic to the World Cup. Any fixtures you're looking forward to today?
Morocco, Croatia.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
The World Cup is providing all of the excitement, and we'll be bringing you all of that every single day as the biggest sporting showpiece in the world is currently underway in Qatar.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Hopefully the past hour or so has brought smiles to your faces. And if not, let's try and just put that smile on your face right now, shall we?
Let's do that. And one way to do that is by experiencing Red and unlocking up to 75% off this November and save big with Vodacom's Black Friday deals. There are amazing rewards and benefits that simply cannot be missed when you switch to Red to unlock more.
Absolutely. Now listen to this. For a limited time only, you're able to double your prepaid LTE data. You simply buy a prepaid LTE starter pack for just 49 Rand and then get double your data when you recharge with your first LTE data bundle. And it doesn't stop there because there's more hot deals available in store and online, so hurry up while stocks last.
Oh, well, to avoid FOMO, unlock up to 75% off this. In fact, 75% off this November, and you can save big with Vodacom's Black Friday deals. Can I tell you, Kat, when it comes to Black Friday deals, especially around your cell phone, it's like the gift that keeps giving, because when you buy it, you know, especially if you're going to be doing a contract,
right?
You have that deal for 2 years.
That's true.
It's the gift that keeps giving.
That's absolutely true. So you want to make sure that you get in on that action. And I think I need to start looking for like upgrades in terms of cell phone deals, because I want to upgrade my mom and my sister's phone so that it can be like on the, you know, same.
The family package.
I'm over getting pictures that are less than desirable, you know? It's just
like, did someone
pixelating. You're like, Mom, no, I'm sending you HD videos. You need to be doing the same thing, you know? Now, of course, you can avoid that FOMO and unlock up to 75% off this November and save big with Vodacom's Black Friday deals. And, of course, with Vodacom Summer, you're not just a player, you are always a champion.
Get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 on a 600-minute Red Core More voice plan. Plus, get a free hotel voucher. Further together, Vodacom.
Oh, well, listen, it is always so exciting when you have to learn something fun for summer. And I say have to because it's not actually a have to, it's more of a preference. Now, when it comes to surfing, I think a few of us don't know how to do it. And with the sun rays out in full force, we need some protection this summer. And Island Tribe is showing you fun activity ideas while keeping you protected from the sun. And that next adventure, well, how about surfing? And Kat is exactly doing that, learning how to surf in Muizenberg.
They say the best surfers are the ones that have the most fun, and today we have tons of fun awaiting us courtesy of Island Tribe. Myself and Ricardo are out at the Surf Emporium in Muizenberg, where the surf is looking sweet and the summer sun can't be beat. And dude, this is your bag, this is your field.
This is my vibe, exactly. So the sun's out, the water's good, we suited up, get on board.
Let's go. Oh, what's happening, bro? You good?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Nice one, man.
My name's Jason. I'll be taking you guys out today. Welcome to Muizenberg Surf Emporium.
Thank you.
Guys, the waves are looking awesome.
Yeah.
We've got boards and you guys ready to get going?
Let's crush it, bro. Let's go, yeah. So what are the top 3 basic tips you can give to a starter, a beginner in surfing?
When you arrive at a surf spot, the most important thing to note is where you're actually surfing. Is it a beach break? Is it a reef break? The second thing is to note how many people are in the water. Is it a crowded break? Are there not a lot of people in the water? That means how careful you've got to be in the water with your board. The third thing, what's the marine activity like? Are there a lot of fish in the water? Are there a lot of seals swimming around? Are there dolphins? It's probably going to be the 3 most important things to note when entering a surf spot.
When it comes to protecting your skin while you're surfing, how important is that?
It's very important to protect your skin while you're surfing, especially on these sort of days where it's cloudy, overcast. A lot of the UV light gets stuck in between the land and the clouds. These are the days where you actually burn the most, and it can actually be the most harmful to your skin. So very important. You can see I've got some zinc on my face. I wear a hat. It's so important when entering the water that you use sunscreen. When it comes to the pop-up, there's 3 techniques that we teach at Surf Emporium. The first, I like to call it the textbook technique. That involves just stepping 1 foot forward and then bringing the 1 foot forward after that. The second is for the more athletic, more enthusiastic surfers with a lot of energy. I call that the jump pop-up. That's where you go straight from line down into the jumping pop-up. The third is for more of the older generation, who are a little bit more stiff. I call this a two-step pop-up. That's where the back foot will actually come up first, and you'll use that as a bit of a launch into the front pop-up. You're looking quite strong, so the jump pop-up's going to be the way to go.
The great thing about being out on the water, being out in the sun with some Island Tribe on my skin is that I didn't even have to think about or worry about my skin burning or getting damaged to any certain extent. Being on the waves and catching them like I did today, I've never ever done that. So the exhilaration, the thrill of it all was so worthwhile. I think I'll be back next week. Oh, dude.
Bro, how did you find that?
I can see why you love this so much.
Right, exactly.
There's something about that powerful connection between you as a human being and the water that covers most of the earth, and when you catch that perfect wave, you really feel like you are one.
I know exactly what you mean. You one with the most powerful force in the world, so it's a vibe. Every time I go in the water, it washes the day off me. It's the best way to relax, so I love it.
Surfing is one of those activities which, if you are fortunate enough to be close to a beach or close to the ocean, definitely take it on this summer season. Just always make sure that you have your skin protected with Island Tribe.
Well, today was super hot, so I'm stoked that I had Island Tribe, and I didn't get burned, so it was great. I got a tan.
On the beach, at a braai, playing sport or chilling. Hashtag join the tribe, because protecting our skin from the harmful rays of the sun makes for a lifetime of good times. Tame the sun with Island Tribe.
Well done.
I still got...
You caught a few waves there.
I rode them all the way to the shoreline.
Amazing. Oh, absolutely incredible. Will you go back?
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Oh, well, there you have it. Island Tribe and Praia Eyewear have been coming in hot with your summer must-haves. Now, we've asked you what your 3 essentials are for a beach day, and today we have our next winner on the line. Can we get a drum roll, please? Congratulations, Patricia Matlangu.
There she is. Oh, guys, you know more. Now, applause for Patricia. She won. Hey, but these people are so jealous. No, come on.
They are jealous, but they're half asleep still.
Patricia did comment on our post saying sunscreen is one, sunglasses, and a swimsuit. And then, of course, hashtag join the tribe and hashtag Praia Eyewear.
The 3 S's. Sunscreen, sunglasses, swimsuits. There we go. We actually have Patricia on the line right now. Good morning. Morning, Patricia.
Hello, Patricia.
Hello.
There we go. Good morning. You're a winner. Congratulations. How does it feel?
Thank you.
Now, listen, you gave us your combination, right, of what you need on a beach day, and those are your essential. And, of course, we want you to win. And, of course, you're using Island Tribe to keep your skin protected.
Yes, some Praia Eyewear to keep your eyes protected. And, of course, the big question is, now that you've won, how excited are you to use your Island Tribe products and Praia Eyewear?
I am so super excited. I just can't explain it.
Oh, that's absolutely...
I'm so happy.
Yeah. Well, we're hoping that you're going to have a wonderful summer season and festive season. Enjoy it with Island Tribe and Praia Eyewear.
Thank you so much.
Well, there we go, Patricia, our winner for today. And, of course, you can stand a chance to win an Island Tribe hamper to the value of 1,000 Rand and a pair of premium handcrafted Praia Eyewear to the value of 1,490 Rand weekly.
Yeah.
Simply fill in this blank statement.
It's not summer without what? It's not summer without? Yeah. Reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter page. And don't forget to include hashtag join the tribe and hashtag Praia Eyewear.
Oh, well, there you go. Tame the sun with Island Tribe. The competition will close on the 30th of November, so you've got some time. And there are T's and C's that can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
Stand the chance to win an Island Tribe hamper to the value of 1,000 Rand and a pair of premium handcrafted prior eyewear to the value of 1,490 Rand every week. Simply answer the weekly competition question by replying to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter page. Don't forget to include hashtag Join the Tribe and prior eyewear. Tame the sun with Island Tribe. The competition closes 30 November. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. You too can win big with Tropica. Buy a Tropica promo pack, follow the details, enter, and stand a chance to win your share of thousands of smooth prizes, such as airtime, data, AEG fridges, Island Tribe hampers, Rest Assured beds, plus limited edition Tropica bags, towels, tents, cooler bags, and cushions. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you stand to win. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is officially time for the second installment of the Calorie Hotline. Bling! Ching! 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 So now I'm gonna kind of get you a little bit of trouble now because officially I'm gonna tell the people we're making the best curry in the world.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Is it your favorite? So,
Hands down.
when did you first have this dish? And who made it?
It was a starry night. Jokes. My mother's like the best prawn curry maker ever.
Yeah?
Biasly, I'll say so.
So I knew that. So I phoned your mom.
Yeah.
I phoned your mom.
You did?
And I was like, you got to be in the kitchen with us. Please say hello to Sadie's mom, South Africa. Please come inside. Woo!
Hey, Mama.
If you want to do something right, call mom.
Yes.
Call mom.
Absolutely.
So you're in the kitchen with us, and I'm so excited because first of all, I'm seeing a prawn curry with the shells on. Not with the shells off.
We can't shrimp this up, eh?
No, that
No
actually with
shrimpy.
a prawn with a shell on, it's the sucking of that, that juices. It lands.
It's like
in
dinner
that shell.
theater. It's like dinner. The sounds of people like sucking the prawns and their hands getting into it. It's so good. And that's the one time, forget about the knife and fork. Just get your hands in there. Okay, so we started already with the onions on the pot. What's next?
Braising in some butter and then curry leaves. Mama.
Curry leaves and...
Can I go for it?
While you are busy adding to the pot, we're going to come back and do a recap, but we've got some voice notes. Gideon, we've got a voice note from you.
Good morning, family. My name's Gideon. I'm from Cape Town. Quick one. How do I get my mutton soft in a short period of time? Every time I cook it, no matter how long I cook it, it stays tough.
I got the answer. I've got the answer. So normally, when you make mutton, as soon as you add a lot of intense heat, like any meat, it kind of seizes up, and then you have to slowly cook it to relax the meat again. So mutton likes low and slow cooking. So if you're in a rush, I suggest you get a pressure cooker. And pressure cookers are amazing when it comes to curry. Also, if you're making a dal curry in a pressure cooker, 20 minutes.
Yes.
Pressure cookers are an amazing investment, and you're going to hand them down to your great-great-great-great-great-grandkids. It makes your life so simple. Get a pressure cooker. Also, another trick to get extra flavor and extra tenderness, season your mutton way before the time. It'll help break down some of those muscle fibers. We've got another voice note. Tina.
Good morning, Chef Clem. I would like to know what is the best spices to use for curry?
Tagging you in. I'm tagging you in. Go.
Oh my gosh. So over here, the thing is when the recipe calls for garlic and ginger in a curry, take the one with red chili. You need to go and find the right spice shop, but this is the goodness.
So curry
Smell
paste.
it.
Would you...
So it's not,
That's
this is
amazing.
garlic and ginger, but whenever an Indian recipe says garlic and ginger, it's with red chili.
With red chili. I like that
For the
tip.
heat and the flavor and all of that yumminess.
How do you feel, seeing as we got that question from Tina, how do you feel about this one's for your mom. Pre-made garam masalas, are they okay? Are they good? Helping Tina out now. How do you feel about pre-made garam masalas?
Yes, if you don't have on hand, then that's good. But having it made fresh is even better. But today, it's so convenient.
Who's got time?
Who's got time to make those spice mix? If you are making your own spice mix at home, proud of you. So I also think just find a garam masala that you kind of like, and from there you can kind of add things. So if you like a garam masala and you're like, okay, it's not that hot enough, add some extra chili spice to it, you can do that. Start off with a garam masala and find out what your flavors are. Sorry, I got distracted because the smells are amazing. How far are we with that recipe? What have we done?
Well, I've added the green masala, the green paste. And
So
then I've
green
added
masala is, if you don't have it, it's ground green chilies, you know.
ground
Us
green
vibing
chilies with a bit
Just
of
chili?
garlic.
Ooh, there's something else in there as well. Green chili, garlic.
And a little lemon.
And love.
Wow, this is amazing. And then
I've got the fish masala.
It's also about a good fish masala, hey? So you get the dry fish masala, and then there's also the wet paste.
And I feel like there's so much more flavor you get from a paste. Spices are great, but paste give you that instant satisfaction, the instant curry flavor, and I like that. So I've never seen a wet fish masala. Never.
Clem, we're going to go spice shopping together. We're going to go
shopping.
We're going to go in the deep of Lansdowne, and we're going to get...
And Lansdowne is where I go for my spice mixes, so... Yes. So because it's prawns, it doesn't have to cook that long. So the sauce, could I make the sauce ahead of time, and then when the guests are coming in, add
I
it?
think that's the best thing.
Okay.
Because then everything pulls through, and they always say it's better the next day.
So true.
So
true.
Yeah,
No,
if
legit.
you do it in advance.
Not that there will be any leftovers for storing for the next day. I feel like seafood curry is a curry that always goes first when you go to a wedding or to an event. The seafood curry is gone first. So again, we're saying we're keeping the shells on for 2 reasons: flavor, and we like that like.
Yes, we don't want it to shrink up, and we want to get all up in the shell and just. That's the fun of it.
That's
right?
the fun.
The
Is that why we kept the prawn heads? Or do you not actually add it?
I think it's up to you.
Okay.
It's up to you if you prefer it. Some people love to.
I keep the prawn heads because I end up making a seafood stock out of it. And I do actually. Like that's the one stock that I really like making fresh with the prawn heads, so I never throw them away. So, true fact, most of the prawn flavor comes from the head.
Yeah.
So when it comes to making stocks and sauces, also for curries.
And tom yum.
Tom yum, absolutely. And that one you got to have an intense prawny flavor. That is looking good, smelling great.
Smelling good. Mommy, you just tell me when to pass the prawns.
And let this just cook.
Okay, it's simmering.
When Mom tells you, wait. So when you say we are looking for it to be ready, what are we looking for when we know it's time to add the prawns?
Just let the tomato cook in a bit, and then you can add, because now all the spices are all well blended in here. So yeah, then the prawns just soaks it up.
I love that. And if you want to get this recipe, check it out at expressoshow.co.za.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
.com. We're international, expressoshow.com. Get the recipe. You're going to want to make this, especially with the festive season. I can't wait to try this, but we're not done. There's still a part 3 coming up for the Current Hotline. Bling! Ting! Ting! Ting!
It is.
So from Indian cuisine to looking at its history, now Mahatma Gandhi Museum at the Phoenix Settlement in Inanda depicts the life and work of an iconic Indian freedom fighter. Now we visited this amazing location to check out their special exhibition and partnership with the Consul General of India, all spearheaded by Mahatma Gandhi's living granddaughter. Take a look.
Welcome to the Phoenix Settlement, which was established in 1904 by Mahatma Gandhi. It's now a National Heritage Site, but we also have many community programs here. One of the principles that we have on the settlement and how we run the settlement is that apart from the heritage and so on, how do we respond to the needs of the people around us? And so we have regular meetings with the community around us. We have employed people who go out into the community and observe, talk to the people, and find out what are the needs, and not create dependency, not create lack of dignity or anything like that. As you would see, we didn't queue people to come and receive the parcels because we feel that it immediately takes away the dignity of the person. So we rather take the parcel and give it to them where they are sitting. Besides giving the food parcels, we also provide skills and assistance to young people because a lot of young people in this area are unemployed. And as a small organization, we can do only that much. But even if it's that much, it's important. So we have skills training, we have training in work-seeking programs. We partner with a number of organizations.
Today I want to talk a little bit about the special exhibition that we've been very honored to host with Phoenix Settlement here. It's about 2 great leaders from the state of Gujarat in India who helped India in their long walk to freedom. I think one great leader is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, who came here as a young lawyer and learned his first experiments in this very settlement, his experiments with truth, which then went on to help India gain its freedom in 1947. And when he reached India, he worked with this great leader, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So I just wanted to bring together these two great leaders and help us understand how they helped India achieve its independence and its unity. The coming year is also a special year for us because it's 30 years of diplomatic relations between India and South Africa. So we look forward to celebrating that with South Africa and understanding how we have come together in this long journey.
I do feel very connected to Gandhiji, not just because he was my grandfather, but because from early childhood I learned about his life from my mother, who used to keep telling me bedtime stories about Gandhiji, about the freedom struggle in India and the freedom struggle here. And so for me, that connection between the two struggles was very real, and it gave me inspiration. So I felt deeply inspired by the many leaders of India, and particularly women. From this particular exhibition, we will take out the lesson of social cohesion and unity. In India, that is the work that was done, and that's the exhibition about here, the special exhibition about how they united. In South Africa, we have the social cohesion program. And so here in Phoenix Settlement, we also focus on how to unite and build common nationhood. There were a number of lessons that my grandfather stood for. Firstly, he had a constructive program, and that constructive program was how to make people self-sufficient, how to build a society that is equal, equity, and dignity. And the second point is about nonviolence, and that means that nonviolence is not just the absence of violence, but it is a condition that we have to work towards, a way of life that we have to work towards. How do you live a life that is non-violent? And so this is something that we are also promoting through our programs.
Truly inspirational stories on your feel-good breakfast show on this Wednesday morning. Now be sure to check out the amazing exhibition in partnership with the Consul General of India at the Gandhi Settlement Exhibition in Phoenix.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's been a great morning. Thank you for choosing your Feel Good Breakfast show to start your Wednesday with. Now, we are joined this morning by Afrikaans musician and songwriter Rita Lee, who has just released a new single entitled Jakkals Dance. Now, the song was inspired by fairy tales that she listened to with her son and has now developed into a smash hit that she hopes will get people dancing this holiday season. Now, the video already has over 3,500 views on YouTube, and if you're not sure which single I'm talking about, here is a taste of it.
Jakkals dansen in maandag en die wolwe starte swaai. Jy weet goed, ek raak bietjie danig. As jy my so om jou draai, draai ons doekies om die waarheid kom en die waarheid is vanaand vir ons twee. Jakkals dans in die maandag, gaan jou wakker hou tot die oggend hou ons van.
Well, it's not going to be difficult to get people to dance to this song because it's so catchy.
I hope not.
Rita Lee, it's so great to have you here. Thank you for joining us, and I want to hear more about your journey because we got a taste of what your music sounds like, and the music video is incredible to go with it. But your career actually started off doing physio for 10 years before you decided music is actually something you're passionate about. How did that transition take place?
Wow, first of all, it's wonderful to be here and such a privilege, and I'm so excited to be in Cape Town. The transition was easy. It was, I think singing was something that I always wanted to pursue as a career, and physiotherapy was a great phase in my life. I met people, and I needed that to be the person I am today. And then when I had my firstborn, it was quickly to change over because I always wanted to do this. I ended the practice beginning of August, and the end of August, the first song was written. So.
Wow! And how do you find the songwriting process? Is that something you find therapeutic, or do you sometimes experience a bit of writer's block?
I think songwriting wasn't something that I was exposed to as a very young musician. I started singing at the age of 3, but it's something that you develop. It's a skill that you have to practice, and that's also something that's fairly new to me, but I enjoy it, and it's wonderful to be able to put your life stories into lyrics and then tell the story, because you can't sing about something that you don't believe in.
That's true, and for someone like myself, and I know there are many others, we struggle to sometimes put our own emotions into words, and we turn to music for that because the music does the talking to what we're going through.
Yes.
And you know, was there some pressure when your singles came out and it was successful to bring out a new one? Do you find there's some sort of pressure?
I think there's always pressure because we have to be trendy and keep the market changes, and where people 3 years ago maybe listened to ballads, and it was a little, because of COVID, you were maybe a little bit downtoned and a little bit depressed. Now everyone wants to go out partying, so now we have to write party songs. So yes, there was definitely a little bit of pressure.
I love this. And now you're saying people want to go out dancing. I feel like this is going to be our first festive season without masks, without any of the restrictions. Yeah. Let's talk about Jakkals Dance. Dit is natuurlijk danstreffer. What is that story about? Because we mentioned that it also had to do with the fairy tales you told your son.
That's right. So I have to tell this in Afrikaans. So die storie loop so. Jakkals, die meisie, het vir Wolf die ouetjie ontmoet op 'n bar in 'n baie klein, of by 'n bar op 'n baie klein dorpie, en Jakkals was baie depressed geweest. Wolf was baie depressed geweest, en Jakkals besluit toe sy gaan vir Wolf ietsie ingee om hom uit sy situasie uit te kry, en hy wou nie eintlik nie, en dis wat so 'n bietjie in die video ook gebeur, en op die ou end het hy nou hierdie ietsie in, en sy leer hom toe 'n paar danspassies, en teen die einde van die aand was hy braaf genoeg om haar vir sy Jakkalsdans te vat. So.
Oh, that's so cute. Now the big question is, het Jakkals met Wolf getrou?
Ons weet nie.
We'll have to wait for part 2, but we do know there's that saying, when it rains and the sun shines, Wolf trou met Jakkals, Jakkals
trou
met
reg,
Wolf.
so ek weet nie, miskien was Jakkals op vir een aand storie, maybe it was a forever fairy tale, we're not sure.
The story is still developing. Rita Lee, it's so great having you here. You are natural in front of the camera as well as the microphone. You've also got your own talk show on YouTube.
I do.
Tell me more about that.
So the talk show is called Vierwerke met Rita Lee. It's an Afrikaans talk show, but I invite people that are familiar in the public eye, people in the industry, maybe not in the music industry as well. And it's about sharing life experiences. And we all experience fireworks somewhere in our life, whether it's devastation that comes with the fireworks or whether it's celebration. There's always something that happens. And that's what the talk show is about, talking about the fireworks in those people's lives. We have very funny icebreaker questions in the beginning of every episode so the people can get to know the person behind the public figure. And then at the end of each episode, there's a different activity that happens. We had very fun moments. I had Greta Witt as one of the guests, and her and I did the tortilla challenge that went viral.
Oh, the slapping one with the water in your mouth.
So that was an incredibly fun moment. And then we have cooking challenges. So there's a fun activity at the end of each episode. But the main theme is to go and see what the person is like behind the person that you see in the public eye, but also be encouraged to actually go forward in life and be inspired.
That's incredible. So for those who want to see and support your show, it's Vierwerke met Rita Lee on YouTube.
Yes.
Well, listen, Rita Lee is with us today on your Feel Good Breakfast show. In fact, she's about to perform for us, so stay tuned.
Yes, she is. Ons maak nou reg vir Vierwerke op jou Goedvoel ontbytprogram. Rita Lee is back with us this morning on the Expresso stage to perform Always Remember Us. And this is a beautiful, beautiful song by Lady Gaga. Take it away.
That Arizona sky burning in your eyes. You look at me, and babe, I wanna catch on fire. It's buried in my soul, like Arizona gold. You found the light in me that I couldn't find. So when I'm all choked up, but I can't find the words. Every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down and the band won't play, I'll always remember us this way. Lovers in the night, poets try to write. We don't know how to rhyme, but damn we try. 'Cause all I really know, you're where I wanna go. A part of me that's you will never die.
Beautiful sounds there from Rita Lee. Baie dankie. Beautiful music to start off your Wednesday morning. I hope that you certainly did enjoy that. And you are in for a treat because a little bit later on, Rita Lee will be performing for us once again. In the meantime, link up with us on our social media pages and let us know what you thought about that. We'll see you after these.
This week on Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars.
Remember what is at stake. It's my time to shine.
Come on, let's go. Go, guys, go.
Faster, faster, faster. Do not leave here regretting that you didn't give it your all.
It's getting very difficult.
It is crazy.
Stay smooth with Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars this Saturday evening at 6:30. Repeat Monday night at 9. Only on S3. On S3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show. You know we love food. We show you the culinary hotline. We show you all the things to indulge in. But with the festive season, we always tend to enjoy increased social activities, including indulging in foods that you are not used to. This can also result in people suffering from symptoms of heartburn and indigestion. Now we have dietitian Tessa Hiller here with us to chat about how to get through the festive period without too much impact on your health, but also still to be able to enjoy all the foods that you love. Tessa, it's so great to have you here because this is a conversation so many of us need to pay careful attention to. How can we approach this festive season with all of the, this is a loaded question, but when you go to all the different parties, you go to all the family gatherings, how can we look after our health to avoid that horrible feeling of indigestion and heartburn?
Yeah, that is a loaded question.
What are your top tips?
Top tips. Let's start off with the top tips. So I think now going in the next couple of weeks, we know we have end-of-year functions, going on holiday, as we were just chatting now, and also just the festive season. And I feel a lot of us get a lot of anxiety around that, going, oh my gosh, too much food, overindulging. But one thing that you can do is kind of continue with your good, healthy little habits throughout the day and throughout the weeks. And now and then you're going to have your moments where you're going to overindulge. So my top tip really for over the festive season is it's planning and preparation. So making sure you still eat regular meals, planning your meals, making sure you've got the right foods at the house, staying active. And then when you do go to social settings, think about being a little bit more kind of conscious when you're choosing foods. Like, I know there's always a huge spread. Just pick your favorite one.
Okay.
You know the food's not going to go away, and it most likely will repeat again at another function. Maybe choose a small side plate. Maybe don't go back twice. And stay social. A lot of us tend to hang around the food table, but if you get distracted and you're chatting with your friends and family, you tend to not maybe overindulge as much. So.
Well, it now makes sense why we tend to eat our feelings over the festive season, because we just want to avoid the family sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's becoming loaded. But with the festive season, I know you said planning is key. And you get some individuals, they know they're going to this party later, so they're not going to eat anything for the rest of the day because they're like, okay, tonight I can then enjoy myself. Why would you not advise for someone to do that?
So what we tend to see with, so people, when they want to skip that whole day, because they think, okay, I'm going to, enjoy myself and stay within, but I'm still going to stay within my calorie budget for the day, the opposite tends to happen. Because I don't know about you, but if you haven't eaten the whole day, you get tired, you get irritable, you get hungry, and then all of that combined becomes hangry. Yes. We've all experienced hangry, and I mean, you can be the most disciplined person in the room, but if you are hangry, you can eat anything in sight. So the downfall for skipping meals throughout the whole day is that by the time you get to that function, you can eat anything in sight. And couple that with the end of your functions and the alcohol and all the good stuff floating around, you're really not going to put yourself in a great setup. So as much as you can, rather actually, weirdly enough, eat regularly through the day. You'll find that your appetite is much better regulated. Maybe perhaps be a bit more mindful when you are having like your meals through the day, to try and stick to lighter meals, maybe not snack as much. And then have something small to eat before you go out so that you're not absolutely ravenous by the time you get to the function. So.
And especially if you're going to a braai with all those sides, all those chips, all those things to nibble on.
And you always eat late.
Yes, the braai always is later than planned. Now, for me, when I experienced indigestion and heartburn for the first time, I actually didn't realize what it was. It was just such an uncomfortable feeling. And I think a lot of people suffer through it without actually realizing, hang on, there's help for it. What would your best advice be when someone has now overindulged and they're experiencing those symptoms that can lead to discomfort?
Yeah, I mean, we've all experienced it, including myself. Best thing is just sit upright, stay upright. The moment you lie flat, all that acid's going to go back up, which is very uncomfortable. And generally, sometimes I'd say even going for a little walk helps with the digestion, helps just kind of settle things down. Not like a vigorous run or anything, no crazy exercise, but just a bit of a walk. Try not to wear tight-fitting clothes, maybe get rid of the waist belt. And then also, you can use over-the-counter medications. Again, it's kind of an ad hoc thing. I wouldn't do it chronically. If you're feeling like you're always getting that reflux or indigestion, maybe seek some help, professional help, or maybe reassess your lifestyle habits. But what you can actually do even beforehand to prevent the indigestion and reflux is maybe being a little bit aware about your habits at night. So try not to eat late and have about a 3-hour gap from the time you have your last meal to the time you go to bed. Because again, it just allows for enough time for your food to digest. Avoid spicy foods, really fatty foods. And then they've also shown that nicotine, so smoking, caffeine, and alcohol tend to also make reflux worse.
Okay, so your coffee, your cigarettes, and your alcohol.
Yeah, those are big triggers, yeah.
Well, Tessa, thank you for joining us. Thank you for giving us some peace of mind that when it comes to the festive season, we can make great memories without feeling the discomfort. And that's what Christmas is all about. It's about making those merry memories, and with all of that tempting food and the drink being handed out, it's really hard to avoid some festive indulgences. Well, rather reach for relief and try an over-the-counter product like citro soda to relieve symptoms of heartburn or indigestion. Citro soda is in proud association with Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, and it's available in original and cranberry.
All right, well, I can tell you some very, very good news for all of you aspiring bakers out there, that the search for 5 of South Africa's best bakers is now on. This courtesy of Golden Cloud and Beacon. Now, this season, the bakes are on a completely different level of inspiration. And there's a little twist to it as well, in the sense that of those finalists, 5 finalists will each be paired with a professional chef as they vie for that grand prize of 50,000 Rand. So in order to inspire you, to show you what you can make, what could be, you know, on your presentation plate, we're going to be making a beautiful vanilla cake that looks like a bit of a Christmas tree, and then the decorations are going to be beautiful donuts with different colored chocolate on them. So we're going to be getting baking right now.
We are getting baking, and Golden Cloud is making it so easy. So we are actually going to jump straight into it with our cake mix.
Yes.
We're going to go for vanilla flavor. And the cool thing with these cake kits from Golden Cloud, everything you need is in here. You just add the wet ingredients, which is some eggs, water and oil, which most people have as basics at home.
And you know what's the most important thing? Because I think it was Zola who told me this, that when it comes to baking, it's like a science, right? So measurements are crucial. So the fact that you have these pre-packaged, pre-measured ingredients that you need that are the essential part of it, boom.
Boom. So we've got our cake mix and we've got our icing mix, which I'm going to set aside for now. And I'm going to start off by using our cake mix and then adding our wet ingredients, which is the eggs, water, and
Would you like
oil.
to use the scissor, perhaps, to open that for you? I was like, you're going to showcase your strength right now, which would have been amazing, but it might take you a little bit longer to open. There we go.
Fantastic. Thank you. So I'm going to start off. Maybe I should start off with mixing the wet ingredients first.
That might help.
That
yes.
usually helps. So
Okay.
we're going to start off with our
Either
eggs.
way you want to have it.
I feel like with these kits, it's a bit more forgiving because there's really no right or wrong way as long as everything gets together.
Yes.
I'm going to add the required amount of oil, our eggs, as well as a little bit of water.
Are you quite the baker in general?
I enjoy these kits because the craving strikes me at random times and I don't always have all the ingredients at
What,
hand.
the craving to bake or the craving
The
for
craving to have a delicious cake or
Okay.
a delicious cupcake. So I can't say I'm a baker because I don't do it often, but when I do, I really enjoy it.
What's that movie with Meryl Streep where she bakes croissants at like 12 o'clock in the morning?
Isn't it
With,
yes, I know
That,
the movie.
that other guy.
With Nicholas, I don't want to say Nicholas Sparks, but that's the author.
Somebody help me with that movie. Hey? Come on, where's my movie trivia? So she wakes up like in the middle of the night and they have the... It's complicated.
It's complicated.
And they have this whole thing and then they're folding the...
Jack Nicholson. Thank you to our side.
Yeah.
It's Jack Nicholson.
So when you say
Guy from
you
The
get like the
Notebook.
craving at random hours, I immediately got that little picture in my mind.
Yeah. So here I have our cake batter.
Lovely.
We're going to use our little donut tins, which have been pre-greased for us. Klecho, how is your spooning
Usually
in the kitchen?
I prefer
Spooning
to...
skills in the kitchen.
The movie's called It's Complicated with Steve Martin. That's what I was looking
But
for.
Steve Martin, okay, we're thinking of a different movie.
Over to my spooning technique, which is amazing, by the way. Look at that.
All in
Look at that. Look at that. Little drip, little...
There we go. I'm going to start
There's it.
mixing the icing sugar.
Oh, my word. Okay, so I think you'll need at least about 2 spoons.
You need to spoon more.
Clearly. There we go. And then
There we
just trust the process.
And then the box says to make the icing, you will need 1 packet of the Golden Cloud cake icing, 100 grams of softened butter or margarine, and 30 ml of full cream milk. So
It even comes with instructions?
It comes, everything you need is at the back of this magic box. Okay. There we go. So you can mix your icing, and that's what we're going to use to actually ice our tower. We've actually just used a styrofoam tower. Are you struggling there? Yes, it's okay. I once had a chef show me you can actually just pour and then scoop everything with the spatula.
Oh, why didn't you tell me that before,
I just wanted to see your spooning skills.
Okay, cool. Let's do it on this one.
Just pour it.
Okay, we're gonna
Just
pour it. Okay, everywhere.
Okay, that's a lot, but then
Is that-
keep going. That's enough.
Okay, wait.
And you spread it everywhere.
Okay, that's good. See, that was actually maybe just enough, right? And then you get the rest of it
we'll
here.
get rid of
The excess. Look at that!
We'll just clean it up.
You got to do it quickly, though,
That's
because otherwise it starts
the cheapest way of
overrunning.
doing it.
That works. Yeah. Brilliant, Zoe. Absolutely stunning.
That's how I would do it, and then you just clean it up. Look at that.
Okay.
Okay, so
You're
now
on the
we're
icing.
going to use
Go.
the icing for our base, but of course, once our donuts come out of the oven, they'll look like that, and we've got some chocolate. So we've got red chocolate, green chocolate, as well as some plain white chocolate. And you're simply going to dip our little donuts into the chocolate, and that we're going to add to our styrofoam, and then obviously play around with our delicious beacon sweets to decorate our Christmas tree donuts.
Let's do a green one. Here we go. Oh, lovely. Look at that. Look at that. Of course, the standard Christmas colors, right?
Yes.
That looks amazing. Let's have a white one. Starting to feel a little bit like Christmas.
Starting to feel
Let it there. I never get the melody of that song. I always want to like sing it when we do Christmas themed stuff, and then I realize, oh my gudo.
It's okay.
I'm a
The colors
disaster right
can
now.
mix. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Well, if you want to get your hands on this recipe, expressoshow.com is where you go to get your hands on it.
Stunning. And then, of course, rely on your creative skills and presentation skills to style it that way. Make it look like a Christmas tree. Now, of course, you could be one of 5 finalists competing on Expresso for that grand prize of 50,000 Rand in cash. Now, the winning contestant and chef duo will be crowned live on Expresso. And so to enter, bake with Golden Cloud and Beacon, snap a picture and then share your bake using hashtag GoldenBakeSearch2022. And then tell us why you should be a finalist. And of course, you can send those entries to our WhatsApp line 078-102-0321. As simple as that. Enjoy the bake and good luck.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and yes, we are getting so ready and excited for the festive season. And through the highs and the lows, they have been there to support your kids, and now it is time to give back to the great teachers that are out there. And here to talk through all teachers gifting related items, we have stylist and blogger Megan Pedro. And buying a gift for your teacher is always so special. I love being hands-on involved with the gift we choose. My brother was happy to just take whatever my mom chose to buy.
Mine too. I think it's maybe a brother thing, yes.
Could be a brother thing, but let's talk about the wonderful gift ideas that we can give teacher this year from Woolies.
We have the most stunning selection, and this is just a few of what's on offer, honestly. We've got the most beautiful different sets. So we've kind of put it together for the personality. I think that it's so important when you are shopping to kind of do it to a personality of a teacher, because then you really nail a couple of different, interests.
Yes.
So with our first combo over there, we've got the teacher that loves the tea, the tea room, or like the staff room.
The coffee cup.
The coffee cup. We've got the double-walled tinted coffee mugs, which are so chic. I think they are absolutely beautiful. And then why not just add chuckles? Because who doesn't love chuckles?
And there's something about giving someone a mug and you filled it with a treat or a thoughtful gift.
Completely.
But now I have to tell you, I am not a fan of just receiving one mug. I like to have a little set, so maybe groups of friends, like parents, can get together and be like, listen, should we do each a mug with chuckles or whatever inside? And then your teacher ends up with a set of 4.
And also, the sets here are so perfect because they each have different little sayings on them, so you don't have to have them all that are the same, so they kind of can work together, which is great.
And they all work well in a beautiful green-grey colour scheme. Love that. There we go. Gift number 1 idea.
Tick. So we're going on for the pamper-loving teacher. I think that's always, we all love a great pamper, right? So we've got a selection of beautiful candles. I mean, the scents are absolutely almost like you want to eat them, honestly. There's coconut and lime, there's lemongrass, there's fig, there's a complete variety.
And this is the most beautiful glass container that this candle comes in. It is beautiful. You said even afterwards, if your candle is done thanks to load shedding, you can then use that beautiful glass to put makeup brushes in.
Yes, functional design. It's always great to have something that is just, it lives on, which I think is great. And then, of course, how can you have pampering without slippers? So add slippers to that. I think that's such a great way to kind of bulk up a gift as well.
And those are cute quilted little slippers with the extra padding.
Yes.
For comfort.
After a long year.
Yes.
And then, so number 2, done. So we go on to number 3, which I think is great for the teacher on the go, or the teacher that's about to enjoy a nice school holiday getaway. So we've got...
And I think a lot of people just assume a teacher is female. Sometimes the males don't necessarily want the candles. They want something a bit more practical.
Very true. So that's where this, I think, really ticks off all the boxes. We've got beautiful card holders. Carrying around a wallet is so bulky nowadays, and I think these are so perfect to literally just... This is genuine leather, and we've got the most beautiful different designs, and then a double-walled water flask, which I think is great for your cold brewed teas or your fruit-infused waters. Really, tick those New Year's resolutions off.
Definitely. I love these double-walled bottles because I put my lemon in the top and hot water, and that's how I get my hot lemon water in.
Completely. Cucumber, mint, the world is your oyster.
Oh, I love that. So now we've gone through quite a bit of category. Let's talk about these beautiful boxes because they're always so easy to wrap.
Yes, completely. So again, with pampering, we like to set a mood in our home, right? You've really spent the whole year in your classroom. It's time to kind of get into a lovely, relaxing mood. We've got the most beautiful apothecary sets, which I think really, there's sleep, there is tranquil, there's all these different delicious scents, and then of course a bath bomb, which, how divine is that, honestly? It is the perfect way to just unwind.
I need to see this set from the front. Look at that. Everything you need from your,
candle, diffuser, and a linen spray.
There we go. I was trying to get to the name, the diffuser, always a winner.
A linen spray is one of the most luxurious things that you can have in your home. It instantly transports you.
Especially on
as if
pillows, because when you put your head down at night, you just get that little spa feel.
Before guests come as well. It's so nice in your lounge to just spray and just refresh everything. And then last but not least, we've got also for another traveler, but someone that wants a hot drink on the go. So this is your double-walled flasks. But what is so great is that these delicious cookies, I'm going to give you one to actually try.
I'm going to take a cookie. You don't have to ask me twice to take a cookie. Thank here?
This is from a collaboration with Picasso. This was painted by a pig.
Oh!
The actual artwork. And also, these are vegan. You would not even be able to tell the difference.
These are good cookies. And Picasso, we've had him on the show.
Oh, yes.
Doing a painting. That is beautiful that this collaborated with Woolworths.
Yes. So just such a great thing. And then also, what's so nice is you can completely use the tins over again. And they're so great under the tree. I think that they're such a beautiful statement.
They really are. That cookie was delicious. I shouldn't have eaten the second half now, because now I have to talk and it's difficult. Tell me more things. What would you pick here? What's your favorite?
Oh, I'm always a pamper lover. But I think what is so nice is kind of to pull from different things. This is such a great way to really get in your water throughout the day. And this you can never go wrong with, I think.
I'm geared towards these different color mugs. I need to break away from being matchy-matchy in life, but look how these beautiful color schemes complement each other. So I would definitely do all of these.
It's a nice way to bring in some color in your home. I'm very neutral. We always know that. I always talk about that. But this is such a great way to kind of pull in, especially, you know, if you're pulling in just your cushion covers that are a different color or something that it's still on the green neutral spectrum.
Definitely. Well, Megan, great having you here. Thank you so much for showing us all of these great gifting ideas. And make your favorite teacher feel special with great gifts from Woolworths. You can shop these teachers' gifts and more in-store, online, as well as on the Woolies app.
Now, in exactly 2 days, it's officially Black Friday, and we want to find out just how much self-regulation you really have when all of the deals are screaming at you, take me, take me. It's time to find out in another round of Would You Rather. So, ladies, Rita, Zoe, here is the scenario, okay? You have a budget of 1,000 Rand, and you've carefully selected those 3 items that are exactly within the budget. But then, you see it. There it is. The special. It says, if you spend 2,000 Rand, you qualify for 500 Rand off. So essentially, you're actually only spending 1,500 Rand with a little something extra that may be included into your basket. So what do you do?
1,500 Rand.
So the question is, what do you do? Do you A, stay strong and stick to your original purchase and budget, or do you B, it's a bargain, put it in the cart, baby? Rita Lee? What are you going to be doing?
I'm thinking, we have a word in the family called schnick-schnack.
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 You know schnick-schnack?
I don't know schnick-schnack.
There's an Afrikaans word, but I won't give the definition of it because I don't think it's appropriate for TV, but it's actually dust collectors. Schnick-schnack means all these little things that you put that collect
like
dust.
on mantles.
Those little trinkets.
Yes.
Trinkets.
Yes.
Schnick-schnack.
So, schnick-schnack. So I think if the 3 items were schnick-schnack, low-quality dust-collecting things, I'll probably stick to my 1,000 Rand budget.
Okay.
If it was something with great value and quality, say a pair of shoes or earrings or jewelry.
Maybe a new pair of in-ear pieces for you when you're performing on stage.
But then I would go, the next month kind of cut the budget then, but then I would go for the 1,500 Rand.
I'm with Rita on that. If it was ordinary little gifty things, I would definitely stick within the budget. But if it's basics like toothpaste or toilet paper, things I know I always have to spend money on along the way, then I'll blow the budget for those things. You know, you're getting old when you're excited about toothpaste and toilet paper.
Yeah, 2 peas in a pot, hey?
Do you shop at those warehouses, Zoe?
Listen, I buy things in bulk, so I'm in shock when the toilet paper runs out.
Because, like, don't we have a storeroom full of it back? Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's have a look at what you had to say about this question. So Lynn Tritter said, morning, it's going to be difficult, but definitely A. I get you on that, it's difficult. Leela says B. I love a good bargain. Ntombi Futi says A. Staying strong, sticking to my original purchase.
Staying strong.
Okay. Staying strong. That's what you need. Well, let's look. Rosalind says B. It's a bargain after all. Liesel says B. The intention is to go with A, but the bargain hunter in me can't resist. And then Ndluvo says A. I'll definitely stick to my budget.
Yeah. So for all of those A people, Click quickly. Click very quickly.
Don't look.
Everybody
don't look.
else.
Don't
take
scroll down.
time.
Oh, I'm terrible when it comes to a budget. You know how often I've bought something because it was on special, and then I have to ask myself, why did you buy it? And then the answer is just because I saw the red thing that said sale.
Yeah.
And then I don't even need it.
Or you click on this item and then but other people purchase this, with this item.
They catch you with that.
I'm a sucker. Oh, and also, I'm a sucker for trying to avoid paying for shipping, which is what, 60 Rand? Then I spend the 450 to get free shipping.
60 Rand?
Oh, that's where they catch you.
That's where they catch me.
That's why you got so much schnick-schnack in your house. Yeah? No? Okay.
You'll always remember that word.
I will. Especially when you understand what it actually means. You must get Rita Lee to record a video where she explains to South Africa what schnick-schnack is in Afrikaans. Well, not on live. We're not going to do it live. We'll do it
on your YouTube channel.
On their YouTube channel.
See? Anyway, listen, whether you spend that extra 500 Rand to get that deal or no deal, it is up to you. Just make sure that it's an informed decision, that you are not spending money that you don't have. That's very important. Now, as for the Nedbank American Express cardholders out there, every time that you do swipe for 500 Rand or more, you get one entry closer to winning your share of 100 million in greenbacks. So if you're swiping this month, you know which card to use. And good luck, happy, responsible shopping.
Got all this from Avo? Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Nice.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to the final installment of the Culinary Hotline. Bring 10. And if you don't know, we've been doing everything curry since about 6 o'clock this morning. We're finally on our last curry, and it is, looking at one of my favorites. What did you just put into the pot, Sadie?
I just popped some lamb. So we're gonna brown our meat, and that, as you know, Chef Clem, is just the way to get all those flavors out, eh?
Can I just say, you've got knuckles in the pot, and I do like when you serve lamb or mutton and it's on the bone.
Yes, yes. I think the whole thing with curry is just to get all up in there.
Right?
So if you have a bone that you can just, you know, a casual conversation and a...
I think I once had Cat in the kitchen, and he gave me the perfect sound effect of what it sounds like. We might bring him in later. But there's a sound that comes with, like, when you suck the prawns, when you, like, get into the marrow of the bone.
Yes.
And you get so much more flavor as well, just in general. So knuckles have gone in. Okay, so obviously this recipe, you can swap it out for beef or mutton.
You can also just keep it totally vegetarian if you want to, because it's a bean. So you use either sugar beans, butter beans,
kidney beans,
your
maybe not baked beans, maybe not. Actually, if you're doing this like in kind of a hurry and you're kind of doing like a midweek version, I'm not gonna hate the fact you put like baked beans in.
No.
I'm not gonna hate it. Also, there's a little bit of sweetness in the tomato sauce, which is nice for a curry.
I like that. So in this one, because if you're not using the tin that's in the tomato sauce that has the sweetness to it, we add a bit of brown sugar to take that tang out, and it's just amazing.
Balances it.
Yes, it's not, you know, the tang of the tomato, we zap it out, balance the heat.
And curries are all about the balance. It's your balance of your spice, it's the balance of your aromatics, the balance of like that sweetness as well, and the base. And I feel like once you nail the balance between all of that, that's when you take your curry to like next level.
Absolutely.
And it only happens with practice.
That's true, but it's, I don't know, in my house, curry is like a staple. Like once a week, I have my daughter saying, Mommy, curry and roti. It's, you know, it's just, and it's a quick one. It's quick, especially if you're gonna pop it in like a pressure cooker or something.
The pressure cooker, the pressure. And I also do like the fact that your kids are like coming for curry.
Yes.
No fussy kids.
No.
And also like, I'll be honest with you, my sister's now 16. When she was like a tiny tot, she would also want curry with like the heat.
Oh, yes.
It has
my
to be
oldest daughter, yes. My parents taught her well. They started feeding her chilies at a very young age.
As we do. Okay, spices going in.
Spices, we're going to get that aromatics going.
So while you're adding the spices, I just want to show everyone, our dal curry looks absolutely amazing. And we kept the texture. I love that. Yes. And then our prawn curry. We've had to fight people who've been coming up to the table trying to grab a prawn out of this.
I see people walking off like just one prawn in hand, eh?
I saw that too. It was supposed to be a bigger bowl. We won't say names of the people who have taken it. I won't say, Courtney, why did you take the prawn? I won't say, Courtney, I saw you. I won't say that because I would never call someone out on TV. Did you hear that as well? So the curries are absolutely amazing. And like your mom said earlier, it's a great dish to make ahead of time, which I think is great for the festive season.
I also like that curry is just the way you want it, you know? Adjust the heat, whatever you want to sort of like balance it out with, it's totally according to your preference.
I love that.
Yes.
So we're gonna wrap up very quickly. So we've added our seasoning in there.
Added over there.
So basically, next is gonna be our garlic, our green paste. I see you've added that already. Tomatoes go in. That's why we add the sugar, because the tomatoes are in there.
Absolutely.
Beans, when do they go in?
So I'm going to cook this until the meat is tender, and then I'm going to throw the beans in. So it's like 10 minutes before you serve it, add the beans, let it simmer in, and ready to go.
And the same goes for potatoes, right? You want your meat to be soft, close to being soft.
What's your hack with the potato thing? I just pop it in the microwave for a little.
That's amazing, and I love that. So what I also do is I take a big bowl. Oh, this is perfect. I don't cut my potatoes into small pieces because I like the chunks of potatoes, which does mean it takes longer to cook. So I pour boiling water over and then pop a lid on it. And it slowly does give you a bit of cooking. Then add it to the sauce. And you want that potato to also like really suck up the sauce.
I know, and the nice chunks is it's amazing because it's cooking through and it's not turning to mush.
You know, and it becomes a dish on its own. Absolutely. So we actually do a dish at home that's just potatoes and curry. My wife calls it red potatoes because it's got a red chili sauce. And it's just a potato sucking up all that sauce.
Just like, as you were saying earlier with Ruti, just like in there.
Yes. And I love the fact we're coming back to like people aren't embarrassed to like eat with their hands in public.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the best way. It's the best way to enjoy food.
And like, did you see? I came prepared. The sleeves are already rolled
leave
up.
with half the dish. If you want to get this recipe and the 2 other amazing recipes, and believe me, you do want to get it, check it out on expressoshow.com. These are some amazing curry recipes. Sadie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chef.
You brought your mom. Thank you. So thank you to Sadie's mom.
That's my hotline. Mama, how do we do this?
Is it? Our mom's permanent hotlines. We're going to see you next week for another episode of the Hotline Hotline Bling. And I think we're going a bit festive. It's going to be a festive Hotline Bling.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be good.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show. It's a Wednesday morning. We're about to shut it down. And Rita Lee is a multi-talented entrepreneur, as well as having an amazing voice as well. She's also mastered the piano and the flute as well. I've just learned, which is amazing, and obtained a coaching qualification in tap dancing. So all of that, my goodness, an all-round entertainer, which is why she's now bringing us this song, which we might just see a few dance passes, so let's say in Afrikaans. And I've just heard from her as well that there's a TikTok challenge coming up very, very soon to this brand new single of hers called Yakkels Dance. Take it away.
Thank you.
En die nag as die maan
Amazing.
That was cool.
Enjoy it on the stoep, under the trees, or with a picnic basket, wherever you please. Here's to a mouth-watering summer made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.